isolation during the coronavirus. For the next minute, let's take a minute to relieve stress together. We'll do the 4-7-8 breathing exercise. First, sit with your back straight. Second, place your tongue against the roof of your mouth behind your front teeth. Now, exhale through your mouth and around your tongue. If this seems awkward, shape your lips like you're whistling. Close your mouth and inhale through your nose for the count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath for the count of 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And exhale completely through your mouth. Make a whoosh sound and count to 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Do this cycle 3 more times. Learn more at healvets.org. This message is furnished by Help Heal Veterans.
Welcome to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and Anthony Zane on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. It's time to get your day started. Live from the Family Leisure Studios, here are Pete and Zane.
It's Friday all day long.
It's Friday all day and it's all night too.
Yes,
Don't
sir.
forget about that.
Yes,
sir. Oh, I like Sam Pittman. That's how I'm going to start the show today. I like Sam Pittman. I like Sam Pittman. I like Sam Pittman. Oh.
What you think about your boy
What's
Heineke,
up?
though? What you think about him?
Oh, well, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about old
It's coming,
old
it's
Heineke,
coming.
here in just a little bit. Welcome in, everybody. Happy Friday to you and yours. It's going to be a rainy Friday today, but we'll do our best. Excuse me, to make it better and to make it as good as we can possibly make it. My name is Peter Edmiston. He is Anthony Sane. Zachary Boyd producing the program today on a Friday. Yeah, we have much to discuss. A lot of it fun, some of it not as much fun, some of it wild, some of it crazy, and just all kinds of good stuff. So it's all for you. We're doing this all for you. It's all for you. Just like Janet Jackson said. Yeah, just like Janet Jackson once said, and she's right. It's all for you. That's what we're doing out here. So we're going to talk about the college football this weekend. We're going to talk about the, it's a big weekend, man. There's a lot going on. We're going to discuss all of it coming up here on the program. We're live, of course, in the Family Leisure Studios, where family and fun come together. 2120 Whitten Road, just north of I-40. Go and check out Family Leisure when you get an opportunity. Our studios are not in that Family Leisure. Again, I like to clarify that for everybody, because sometimes there are some folks who get a little confused about that at times, but that we're not in there.
Wouldn't that be nice, though?
That'd be great. I'd love to be there. Unfortunately, they don't let us do that, but that'd be great. I'd love it. I'd be a fan of it. We could jump in there. That'd be great. So, but until such time as we do that, we are on Mount Moriah, and they are. There at 2120 Whitten Road, but good people over there.
Mm-hmm.
Stop by, say hello. It's time, and folks have been. We need one of those massage chairs. That'd be nice, right?
Would it really be that hard for us to move over there, like to get this stuff and just kind of pack it up and?
Yes.
No, it would.
Yeah, it would.
I'll take us.
We'd have to get the board, and we'd have to do all the technical stuff.
Just move it.
It's not. But it's all hardwired here, and then you have to read.
The satellites. That would be the problem. That would be the problem.
Yeah. We have satellites. We have it's all hardwired, man. It would not be easy. We could do. I mean, we could do a daily remote out there. That'd be no problem. But We just couldn't move all of the stuff over there. That wouldn't work. So all right. So as we said today, lots to discuss, including college football with our friend Adam Kramer, who joins us at 8:00. Kari Thompson going to join us at 9:00 as well, which is there's always preps to talk about with Kari, but also a much more disturbing story that we'll get into as well about a racist social media post at Bartlett that is obviously causing a lot of consternation, a lot of difficulty, a lot of sadness, a lot of anger, and we'll talk about that whole situation because it's Kari wrote about it yesterday, and it's it ain't good. It ain't good. So we're going to get into all that coming up here on the program as well. All right, Anthony Sane, how you feeling this morning?
You know me, Peter. I can get pulled off track sometime, but I'm hoping that by the end of the day I'll be fine. That whole thing that Kari is talking about is really kind of gotten under my skin a little bit, you know.
Yeah. I mean, understandably so. I mean, it's a pretty awful thing. So I can see how that would do that for you.
Humanity just reminds you that it's human sometimes. Just says, I'm back. You know what? I had a meme that I was going to make, or a post I was going to make about how in the cycle of this year, you know the Marcus Hall thing with Freddie Mercury where he's in the locker room. He's like, what, 5 more minutes? You know, I use it a lot for stuff. I was going to pull that out again and put, like, racism is waiting to pop back up in 2021, like, and then show, like, he's waiting. Like, is it my time yet? You know what I mean? Like, and not that racism ever takes a day off, but, you know. It's like, it just felt like it had been a while in the cycle of stuff since we had a good racism story, but, you know.
Has there ever been a good racism story? There's not too many.
A meaty one with some good substance to it, some good old just remind you how screwed up your city is, and people who claim to be in the same fan base of teams of you and sit beside you and follow you on Twitter, and you know
some of that old fashioned racism.
Yeah.
And sadly,
I look at some of the stuff these people say, and I'm like, you follow me? Like, why?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, we'll get with Kari about that. I'll be all right. What time he comes on at 9,
right? Kari comes on at 9. Yes, that is correct.
Lil Nas X had a baby last night.
So what now?
Lil Nas X had a baby last night.
What now? Okay.
Lil Montero.
Okay, congratulations.
I'm assuming that Montero is him, he. What it is?
I mean, yeah, probably. I think so. Congratulations.
What's the other pronoun? Him, he.
Her?
No. The masculine ones.
Oh, he, him. I think that's pretty much it.
No, it's the third one they put. I don't know. Anyway. Yeah. Lil Montero, healthy child.
Good. Congratulations. Fantastic. I love it. I'm a fan of fatherhood.
Me too. Shout out to all the single fathers out there.
Like a little Nas X.
Yeah.
Who's soon to be Big Nas X. That's we all need to know.
I'll just give him some advice. Even though you're a single father, that doesn't mean that Muffins with Mom is for you. That mom have everything.
All the single fathers.
I missed Donuts with Dad this year. Gabe. That kind of bothers me a little bit. Too.
Yeah. It's it does. I'm sorry. I wish you didn't have to mix donuts with Dad and muffins with Mom or something like that.
Yeah, those are great events when schools have those things.
And the cats
Can I tell a quick
Donuts
with Dad story and get off of it?
Little boy blue and the man. Sorry, I'm singing the little song here. Just a second. When you're coming home, I don't know when we can get together.
They ain't ready for it.
Why
don't we sing more songs without music to eliminate the whole delay problem we have? But it's not being
I don't
in the same
know.
place.
I don't know.
We're blowing that opportunity. Can I tell a quick Donuts with Dad story though?
Of course you can.
It's not to offend. I hope people actually listen to what I'm saying and not looking for something to get
Boy,
mad.
that's a weird way to start.
No, but okay, schools have mothers with mom, where they have muffins with mom. Kids come, boys and girls come with their mom, or whatever.
Yep.
No, it's really for the daughters, right? No, mother and mom is for
it's just for the
either kid. Okay,
yeah.
That's right. So then they have donuts with dad. Dad comes with their kids. They have donuts, and they usually have a speaker that comes to both. Someone that speaks on fatherhood topics with the men,
Sure,
and motherhood topics with the mom. All right. So one year they had donuts for dad for Sabrina. She was a little girl. Sabrina's 19 now. Sabrina might have been 8 or something like that at the time. And bro, I was so upset because there was a lady there. Now I understand every kid doesn't have a dad. So there was a lady there that came and she showed up for her child to represent dad. I get it, but I don't get it. And I was mad. Because the guy that was speaking was dropping some real stuff, bro. Like, I was young. This ain't 42-year-old Anthony Sain. This is like 26 Anthony Sain. You know what I mean? And the guy's dropping some real, like, fatherhood gems and, like, how to interact with the kid's mom, even if the mom ain't there. I mean, even if y'all ain't together, and, how to, forgive yourself for messing up as a dad. Like, all kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Like, oh, yeah, this is good stuff. But you could tell the dude was, like, holding back because there was one lady in there. You could tell he wasn't really saying what all he really wanted to say. So, ladies, stop going to donuts with dad. Call your brother, your dad, or maybe little Junior might be able to participate. That's okay, too.
Oh, man.
But I always forget that. I just see this lady in my head all the time. Like, that lady messed up that parenting nugget I needed back in 2008. Now in 2011. Shout out to Fergie. But for real, though. But yeah, I hope that doesn't offend anybody, but that's just real. Like, those events aren't for you. No girls allowed.
You need some, just the men, huh?
Yeah, I could just tell the guy was holding back. Like, it was stuff he wanted to say. He'd look at her and, like, stop. Wouldn't say it. I was like, oh, man, come on. I needed that. I'm a horrible dad. I don't know what I'm doing.
Hey, man, you're doing the best you can, though.
Then after it was over, all the guys kind of huddled around. The guy was, like, talking on the side. They were, like, whispering to him. And he was like, yeah, y'all know I couldn't really go there, when she was here. But, yeah.
All right, so yes, I agree with that. It's very sad to see, but sometimes messages are important, and sometimes getting that message to those fathers out there,
yeah, man,
giving them the hard truth of what's really like out there. Lil Nas X,
salute.
You know what? Do your thing. Do your thing, man.
Babies change you, man. Kids change you for sure. Lil Nas X, I'm just,
hey,
praying for you today, man.
Hey, don't I know it? Woo! They take you to a different place altogether.
Look at John Martin.
Zach,
that baby's just
Zach,
changed.
you know about that. Zach, you know about that, don't you?
Know about what?
Babies changing people.
Well, not me personally, but I've heard from people.
Only babies didn't change. Zach is. It's not Puerto
Bro, out of pocket. Come on, man. It's out of pocket.
Make the man want to take a nap when he's done. All the things
What'd you say about what John Martin has changed him? Is that what you said?
No, it's I said John Martin having a baby has changed him. You can't even recognize that dude now.
Oh, you can?
No.
Oh, I feel like
I still can.
Yeah, I feel like he's pretty recognizable.
He posts his pictures of his baby, and it just melts my heart, man. Like, look at my boy, man. Look at my guy.
Why is that? I mean, that's fine. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a post pictures of your baby kind of guy.
We know this, Peter. We understand you. We understand you
ain't never
counted everything. We get
my babies. You ain't never seen my babies.
No one's ever seen. We know about Blanket and
That's right. You never see my babies out there.
Little Blanket
on the social media.
We know, Peter.
If speaking of blanket, I have a blanket policy on social media, and we had some disagreements with some family members, but I said you may not post any pictures of my family without you need to talk to me first. I'm not out there. I don't want them to be out there without me and them knowing about it. And we had some family members that tried to step off of that situation, and we had to have some.
They did on purpose.
Conversations about. I don't know. But I'm not gonna ascribe, intent and motive and all that. I don't know. I just know that we had to have some serious conversations about it. I don't like being tagged in photos without my knowledge. I don't like you. I think it's a really bad situation, especially given what we know about social media and Facebook and everybody, hoovering up all this information on people. I don't think it's very cool to post pictures of people without their knowledge and especially tagging them in it so that you just add to all this database of information that's out there on people without them knowing about it. I don't like that one bit. I especially don't like it when it comes to my children, who we are, efforting to keep away from social media as much as possible. So that's the part that I get frustrated with. Obviously, I'm out there just because, the nature of the job means you're out there some, but my family doesn't have to be. So I don't know. That's just a personal choice.
I ain't mad at you for that. Just don't fall out with. It ain't worth falling out with your family though.
No, I mean, like we didn't fall. I mean, we haven't fallen out, but we had to have. I mean,
Come to
I'm
Jesus,
a big believer. Exactly, I'm a big believer in the old. You teach people how to treat you kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have to set your boundaries. You have to say, look, this might be uncomfortable for you, but here's the deal. Like, you can't do this. I've asked you not to do it. You did it anyway. We can't have that. So what do we got to do? Like, I'm a big believer in setting a boundary, and you can't let people walk on you.
I got a cousin that spells Gabe's name G-A-B all the time. It makes me so mad.
Oh, no. See, that's no. We'd have a fight. We'd have a fight over that one.
Like, I know it's Gabriel with no E, but Gabe. It's like a common, very common name. Like, it's not that
we'd
hard.
have a fight over that one. That's not hard. It's the sneaky E, man. Come on, that's what they're learning. My kids are learning that in school right now. You put that E at the end, it makes that vowel long in the middle of the word.
The sneaky E.
It's just the sneaky E. It's
Zach, you know what a sneaky link is?
Yeah, I know what it
Oh, okay.
is. It's like a 3 a.m. booty call, man.
Oh.
Do you know what makes it sneaky though?
Because nobody knows about it.
Oh, okay. You ever had one?
No.
You ever been somebody's sneaky link?
Never.
You ever sneaked in a sausage link until you died?
Oh, I thought you were talking about on the
No.
phone call. I thought that was a euphemism for something else. I thought that sneaked in a sausage link. I was like, oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
Hey, that's what a sneak link is for Zach when he tries some impossible sausage links.
Yeah. Just one bite of meat.
Yeah, no.
What do you think would happen if Zach tasted meat for real? Like, would
He
his
sick.
head
No, he gets sick.
would his head explode, or would he hate it? He would just hate it.
He probably would like it, but it probably would make him sick though.
Oh, I'm sure.
He probably would taste every element.
I'm sure
of
it would.
too.
Oh yeah. I'm sure it would mess his stomach up completely. Like, I'm sure it would just be a total disaster in his stomach. But I don't know, man. That's interesting.
Zach, gonna take you a bite just to see.
No.
The right woman will turn you out, Zach. You can talk your butt off.
Sure she can.
Right woman had you eating shoulder sandwiches from Pain.
I doubt it.
I ate one of them joints. I had a headache for 3 days. That's that pure pork. But
yeah, that's straight up.
Yeah,
they got the burnt ends. They got the burnt ends in the sandwich too. Those are, woo! I love that. Man, Payne's shoulder sandwich is
crazy.
Really good. Man, it's really good.
See, I knew what I was talking about. I
saw you at Cozy Corner the other day, Zach.
What were you doing, Zach?
Cozy Corner?
He's picketing outside. Like,
why would I be there?
Just smelling. You're just getting the smells, and the smells are free. You can do that.
No, even the smell gets to me too. I start to get a headache, like once I smell the barbecue.
Smell meat without getting. Like at a grill, like if I invited you to like a grill out or something.
He's bringing that veggie chicken patty again.
You bringing like a veggie patty. You're bringing like Impossible Burger. Whatever you bringing.
Yeah.
Like with the smell of the meat on the grill, would you have to like go excuse yourself for a little bit because we're grilling out.
Right. Yeah. Because I told you the story that one year I worked at Barbecue Fest and I was just I was there just
That's
to.
terrible.
I was there
to
to
working in a crack house. Like, why am I here?
I was
Like, what is
like,
happening
it was
right now?
it was cool, but really, like, I was just there to kind of just promote the station or whatever, and like all I could smell was just straight smoke, like off the river. Like as soon as I got into my car and let that smoke kind of just sit in my car a little bit, I was like, oh man, I smell just like it. Soon as I step in the house, my mama said, point me to the shower. Like, gotta get in that shower. Take off the clothes and go wash your clothes. Get in that shower.
You
Get in that shower. I was like, yeah, I'm heading there myself.
Man.
So I get and I end up getting a headache for like a couple of days because it was just that thick on my skin. So
It's thick.
but no.
Click is thick. Everybody
But
knows
saying
it.
they've all tried and failed.
Women.
Yeah.
Zach.
They've all
Shut
tried.
up, Zach. Just be quiet, man.
But they
Like,
failed.
you know what else has failed?
What's that?
You talk real strong for a dude who hey, get the right woman. The first woman that gets you to jump bad in one way, she gonna get you to jump bad in other ways too, Zach. That's all I'm gonna say. Talking about many have tried and failed. All right.
Many have tried and failed. Even set up future dates that we was going.
Hey, you ever put one of your veggie links in the microwave and it pops open?
No.
You ever did that before, Peter? Put a piece of meat in the microwave? Yeah.
Of course. Oh, yeah. It
Yeah.
pops open.
No.
And
Yeah,
the
pop
juice
your link open for the first time.
Juice starts coming out.
Yeah. See how open your mind is gonna be to stuff you never did before.
Yeah.
Yeah, leave it in the microwave a little longer. You'll see.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, man, you're gonna love it. You're gonna say, "Oh my goodness, it's gonna be fantastic."
Yes, sir.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, that being said,
welcome back to the Sports 56 Mornings.
How can you just talk about sports? Right?
stick to sports, okay, everybody. Just stop talking about meat. All right. When we come back, we will stick to sports to some extent. We're going to talk a little bit about what happened last night as a triumphant victory for the Washington football team. Looked great. It was never in doubt. We'll talk about that one and get into this weekend's college football. All of that when we continue here for the Family Leisure Studios, Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 98.5.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio, we are Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
They've raised the bar again at Homer Skelton Hyundai and Genesis of Olive Branch. I like to say this is the new standard, the way car business should be done. And to prove it, out of 355 dealers in America that sell Genesis cars, the one in Olive Branch, Genesis of Olive Branch, was top 50 in the country, top 10 in the region, and number 2 in the district. And guess what? They want to be number 1. That means there are opportunities out there for you. It's the safest and every new latest bit of technology that makes the experience of driving a car better. They've got it at Genesis of Olive Branch. If we start with the G70, the highest performing car I've ever owned, all the way to the G80 or the G90, the biggest of the sedans, you'll love everything about the car. If you would like to try the new SUV, the GV80, you call Vinny Gerard at 662-890-6684. He will bring it out to you.
The Tigers take on SEC opponent Mississippi State Saturday, September 18th at 3. Tickets are on sale now for just $60, sponsored by FedEx. Well, honored Memphis great and NFL Hall of Famer Isaac Bruce at the game. There will be a commemorative Isaac Bruce Rally Town presented by FedEx Employees Credit Association. You don't want to miss this historic game. To lock in your seats for all the action, call 901-678-2331 or visit GoTigersGoTix.com. Saturday, September 18th, Memphis at Mississippi State.
Is your bank standing in the way of you and your sportsbook? Try Action 24/7. We're cutting out the middleman. Deposit or withdrawal in cash. No more bank delays or failures. Action 24/7 has more than 100 partners in Tennessee for cash deposits and withdrawals. Visit Action247.com for a location. Cash deposits and withdrawals from your Tennessee sportsbook. Action247.com. You got action.
Must be 21 or older and in Tennessee. For problem gambling support, call 800-889-9789.
I thought we were done with this.
Hiya, Petey.
Don't call me Petey.
We're back, baby, doing Central Barbecue commercials.
This is very exciting.
Reminding everyone that there are 4 locations, all with that perfect Central Barbecue, slow-cooked Memphis-style barbecue.
You know, you don't really need me for these.
No, I want you for these. We're a team, you and me, telling the world about the best ribs in Memphis. Maybe the best ribs in the world, Central Barbecue ribs.
See, you didn't need me to do that, and don't call
Petey, Central Barbecue spots wouldn't be the same without you.
I think they would.
You know you love it, and there's no better barbecue than Central Barbecue.
Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
I'm Brian Elder, 867-0303. Hurricane season is upon us. Is your roof ready? Are your shingles laying down and sealed properly? Call me right now, 867-0303. They say you get what you pay for. That's why my opinion is free. Maybe you've got years of life left in your roof. If so, I'll tell you that. But if I find storm damage or a compromised roof system, I'll lay out some options for you. Don't let them tell you it needs to be replaced if it only needs a repair. Call me, 867-0303. Has your insurance company already seen it and rejected your claim? Maybe they're correct. Most of the time, they're not. They do tend to become more reasonable once I get involved, though. 867-0303. I'll measure your roof from outer space or BrianElderRoofing.com.
Call 867-0303. Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
Grind City Brewing Company is taking care of beerness in Memphis. Grind City Brewing is the dream of a father and son duo to create a brand that delivers a high-quality, great-tasting, and easy-drinking craft beer. And they've done it. The brewery sits high above the city elevation in uptown Memphis with 15,000 square feet of beerness, including a 5,000 square foot tap room. Grind City Brewing is committed to all things Memphis, including the Tigers. They have created a malt liquor called Tiger Tail that is the official craft beer of the University of Memphis. Tiger Tail comes in 16-ounce six-packs and is not your typical malt liquor. Tiger Tail is crafted with a bold and smooth flavor, has 7.5% alcohol, and its clean finish makes it incredibly easy drinking. Tiger Tail and Grind City Brewing, taking care of beerness in Memphis.
Sports 56 traffic.
We got a couple of accidents on the roadways. We're working an accident on Highway 64 at Interstate 269. That's Highway 64 at Interstate 269. In both directions, we're experiencing delays there. Also, we're working a crash on Sycamore View at Shelby Oak Drive. There's Sycamore View at Shelby Oaks Drive as well. Keep it right here. This is your Sports 56 traffic update.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and Anthony Sane. Here once again are Pete and Sane.
Something that she told me stayed in my head all night long. You wanted me to love you when you said simply reach out and touch me.
What's the plan today, Zach?
Funk Friday.
I mean, ordinarily call this funk.
Have what?
It's
Elements? Elements of funk?
Elementary funk.
I mean, this is not really funky at all, but it's.
Zach, what's wrong with you, man?
Do you think that's funk? Like, you listen to that and you're like, the first thing you think of is funk?
Oh, this is so funky.
That's so funky. This lovely duet is so funky. What are you?
Well, just elements of funk, I guess. But
what, like the
If you notice,
yes.
Zach never just said, "Yeah, you're right, I'm wrong." Like Zach tries to make some bull crap excuse for everything.
I never said
I wasn't even doing this.
Zach is like,
Actually,
nothing about this song funk, man. Just like I was
nothing.
My bad.
I never said I was right.
My bad. I was
Well, it's got elements of funk. No, it doesn't.
Elements.
It doesn't have elements
What
to anything.
elements of funk? What elements of funk does it have?
What element?
The music part? Yeah. The part
Yeah.
that they're both music? Sure. That's right. What are you
talking about,
types of
man?
music? What is the deal?
Just say my bad, y'all. I thought it was Wednesday. And keep it moving. We laugh and we keep
Today's
it moving.
not Wednesday.
Just laugh and we keep it moving, man. Like, it does happen. No, it doesn't, Zach, at all. Period. Just be quiet, man.
Like, I'm aware it's not Wednesday.
I would rather you say, oh, my bad, y'all. I literally thought it was Wednesday. Or you could have been like, oh, it was a football game last night. My bad, y'all thought it was Monday.
It's definitely, we're not going to start the week over again.
I don't know, man, but saying you heard elements of funk in this song is the worst of the options that we just gave you to say. But anyway.
Well, last night, I'm just gonna say. I mean, to be perfectly honest with you, like I can't really deal with Taylor Heineke. I just Heineken is just not. It's just painfully average. And I can't. And Daniel Jones is, I guess, slightly better. He made a couple of nice throws throughout the game. And I'm glad the Washington football team won. Don't get me wrong. But it was certainly an ugly game. Really helped out by the fact that, Giants with a critical penalty on what would have been a missed game-winning field goal that gave another shot at it at the end. Crucial mistakes late in the game. I mean, just all kinds of. It was a bad.
Nobody wanted to catch the ball, man.
Just a bad game. In so many. It was entertaining, but it was entertaining in like a college style where it's like, oh, these are two kind of iffy teams and not playing very well, and it's not. It wasn't a high quality game. I'll put it that way, but I don't know, man. Heineke is just such a. I don't know. You are so limited by what you can do with him. Like he's just okay. Like he's fine. Like he's not bad. Obviously he can win a game. He can make some throws, but it just really puts a cap on your offense. His arm is not especially strong. So you can't really work too deep down the field. He's not particularly fast. He's reasonably accurate, but he's just painfully average. So it's just like, ugh, all right. And that's really what it comes down to. Like, it's just so like just, and I don't like. It's like if you have like I'm trying to think. He's like if your team is like, your starting point guard is like DeLon Wright. Like he's fine. Like he's not gonna like. Wait a minute. Like he can run your offense for you. Like that's fine. But like you're not gonna get excited about that. Nobody's like, oh great, I can't wait to go watch him. No, nobody was. When he was here, nobody was excited about watching him play. Like it's just that's what it is. Man.
I'm a Deborah.
I don't want to hear about that. I don't want to hear about that guy.
That dude was super excited about DeLon Wright being here. As a matter of fact, he was furious when we got Tyus Jones.
We traded 2 seconds. And
what?
Clown.
Biggest clown in the city. Anyway.
Yeah. So anyway, with that exception, yeah, that's what we're dealing with. So it's just I don't know. I can't get. It's just hard to get super excited about. And the Giants are not very good. And so, like, when you watch your team struggle with the Giants and just sort of, I don't know, it doesn't get you really.
But just like when you see two of the best teams play, when you see two of the best teams play in the NFL, that's always a good game, always must-see TV. Seeing two bad teams go at it is good, too, especially if you imagine some good Benny Hill music or something in the background while it's going on. Because that game yesterday, like, I think Drew Hill put it best when he said this is the most entertaining bad game I've ever seen. Like, it was – that fourth quarter was great.
It was like a college game. It was a college game. I mean, it was just a bunch of interceptions, penalties, bad plays, mistakes. I mean, Heineke's interception was brutal, man. I was like, well, that's it. Furious, but then somehow the Giants, you only get a field goal out of it, and then you end up, committing your own penalties, and it was a bad deal, man. Ugh. And then you have people writing stuff like this, like John Keim of ESPN writing, I read this and I was like, ugh, about to throw up. Said the signal caller certainly gave Washington fans what they had been wanting. They had fallen in love with Heineke late last season. What? I know a lot of Washington fans. I don't know too many that are in love with Heineke.
Might be Heineken.
Yeah, I mean, Heineken's great, and you need a lot of them when you're watching Heineke.
He's the evolved version.
They just, I don't know. Y'all, Zach, y'all should win this division. Seriously, it's. I mean, the Eagles. We'll see what happens with the Eagles, but you should win this division.
I agree, and that's the first time we've actually agreed on something.
I mean, we're not that. I wish we were better, but clearly we're not. And it's obvious that this season is basically, Washington deciding that, you know what, we need a quarterback. Honestly, like, we need a quarterback. We need to improve that position. But,
right.
It's just too expensive for us to go and do it. So we're just going to kind of, fart around with Heineke and Fitzpatrick until we can go and get a better one.
Mm-hmm.
That's not really that much fun as a fan to, sit there and deal with the season like that. I don't know.
And the thing, and
that's okay. I mean, I'm glad they won. I just
right.
It was just a I don't know. It didn't fill me with a lot of confidence for the season.
Yeah, and the thing about it is that I love
it's a playoff team last year, for God's sake.
I love Jamin Davis from Kentucky, the inside linebacker.
Mm-hmm.
I love him as a player. But man, like when Fields
is good.
When Fields is falling like in the mid-teens, like close to 20s, like at some point you just got to say, we got to go get a quarterback, man. We got to get a quarterback.
That's what so many of us were saying, yes, and unfortunately, that's where it is, man. That's where it is. It's just really difficult.
Because I mean, like Heineke had some great throws last night. Because like the touchdown pass to Ricky Seals-Jones in the back corner end zone, that was pretty good. But then I was like, as I was watching the game, I was like, this game starts to give that Trevor Siemian post Denver Broncos retirement, Peyton Manning retirement feel to it a little bit.
Yeah, Trevor Siemian is a good comparison. That's very similar. That's exactly the kind of guy you're talking about.
Because all I kept
mediocre.
All I kept hearing was, "Oh, how great Taylor Heineke was." It's just off platform. I'm like, yo, stop.
Yeah, there's a lot like Joe Buck and Troy Aikman were going crazy about both these quarterbacks. Like, oh my God, he's been excellent. He's been exceptional tonight. What?
It's like, stop. Like when
the expectation level is just okay. Like, jeez.
Daniel Jones was your leading rusher last night. Come on.
I mean, Daniel Jones was okay, and he had a couple of nice passes. Like, he looked better. But I don't know.
He's a lot better than we thought he would be.
From last night's game, he's definitely got better.
Because I mean, that dude came in.
He's improved.
Yeah,
he's improved. He's not. He's still not. I mean,
he's not good. Don't get it twisted. But he's not.
He's not great. He's not. But he's better. But it's
right.
Like I said, y'all. I don't understand why y'all. Zach, y'all should win this thing.
I agree. Because
y'all are stupid.
You know something I thought about last night? Like, imagine living in New York City, one of the biggest city in the country, one of the biggest cities in the world. Big, huge media fan base, things like that. And then your boy Lawrence gets the offsides on the field goal. Like, imagine they're tearing that dude apart right now.
Mm-hmm.
I was like,
yeah,
dang.
rightly so. It was real stupid.
I mean, it's the second game of the season, so you can't say, well, it's not like a situation where the season came down to that, but the season could come down to that. You know what I mean? It could be that one play could be the difference between you making the playoffs and not making the playoffs or whatever. But I know that dude feels like garbage right now. You know what I mean? Like, for real.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, it didn't help that he got Eli and Peyton Manning comps because of under David Cutcliffe either. So.
Talking about Daniel Jones?
Yeah. That didn't help either.
Dan Jones, who Dan
Jones?
Who? It didn't help that it didn't help the Giants reached up and went to go get him at 6 rather than wait for him to fall to like mid-teens when most people expected him to go. That just when you have a franchise, like I said, the Giants suck as a franchise. Let's be honest. Like the Giants they've turned into a real crap franchise. But that is still a crap franchise in a huge, massive market, and they're still hugely popular. So when they reach up and go and get a guy, then the attention immediately goes to him, and he's had a lot to kind of deal with, a lot on his plate, and I think he's okay, but just okay. And he's got an issue now with Kenny Golladay. They were in a little heated discussion. Yep. Let's just say at the end of the end of the game, he was frustrated about not being targeted enough, and so that stuff happens. But you need to throw Golladay the ball more. Galladay's he's an extremely talented dude.
Yeah, he downgraded himself though.
Shout out to Daniel Jones saying that Golladay, he wasn't frustrated at me. It was just, the situation. The situation that had nothing to do with me.
I like that.
It was the quarterback who throws the ball to.
I like that.
And it wasn't and it wasn't like he was getting killed in the pocket either, because they were surprisingly, the Giants' offensive line held up that front seven for the most part.
Yeah, I'm a little. That's especially with how banged up they were and all that stuff. I'm concerned. Concerned with that. So I would have liked to have seen a lot more urgency from the pass rush. I would like to see a little more effectiveness as well against what's a pretty mediocre offensive line. So that was also alarming.
So I went through and looked at the 2019 draft, NFL draft, because that's the year Daniel Jones came out. As of right now, there's only I guess 2 quarterbacks, and I'm putting a question mark at 2, depending on the other one. But Kyler Murray, number 1, easy with the Cardinals, and then Gardner Minshew in the 6th round. Those are the only 2 quarterbacks that has so far played up to their standard? Question mark. With Minshew as a backup, a little bit, started a few games.
I forgot Drew Lock even exists.
Drew Lock, yeah, he got his job taken by Teddy Bridgewater. So,
hard times.
Yeah. It's hard times, Daddy, indeed. We'll continue here. Hour number 1 of the program as we roll on Real Sports Talk, Sports 56 and 98.5.
Dave Woloshin and Brett Norsworthy take you home with Sports Time on Sports 56, weekday afternoons from 3 to 6 on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Mount Moriah Auto Sales. What sets them apart? Great selection, quality, high-end to low-end cars, and low mileage. Mount Moriah Auto Sales is under new management. Ask for Emmett or Steven. Check out their great selection of cars or trucks. Choose from Dodges, Jeeps, Fords, GMCs, Infinitis, Porsches, Range Rovers, Lexus, Mercedes, BMWs, even Bentleys. Mount Moriah Auto Sales also has a great service department with 12 bays for everything from oil changes to alignment to new tires. Go to MountMoriahAutoSales.com. Pick out your like new car or truck today. Mount Moriah Auto Sales, right on the corner and right on the price.
Hi, everybody. This is Greg Gaston for FanDuel. The biggest game this Sunday is Chiefs versus Ravens. And FanDuel Sportsbook is about to make it even bigger because FanDuel is giving new customers 30-1 odds on either team to win. That means you can end the weekend right by winning $150 on a $5 bet. FanDuel is sports betting made simple, and they're always hooking you up with great offers. Now, the Chiefs will be the favorite even on the road. I want to lean toward the Ravens, but when I come back to it, give me the Chiefs. Plus, when you win, you'll get paid in as little as 24 hours. See for yourself why FanDuel is America's #1 sportsbook. Just sign up with promo code GASMAN this Sunday before the Chiefs take on the Ravens. You can win $150 on a $5 bet. Remember to use promo code GASMAN so they know I sent you. Exclusively on the FanDuel Sportsbook app. Must be 21 or over and present in Tennessee. New users only. $10 first deposit is required. Must wager in designated offer market. Max bonus $150. Bonus for Tennessee users fulfilled billed in site credit within 72 hours. Tennessee site credit expires 14 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. If you have a gambling problem, call Tennessee Redline at 1-800-889-9789.
Belly Acres' motto is City-Fied Farm Fresh. The goal is simple: provide a fun, unique farm-to-table experience for the whole family. 2 great locations, Regalia at 6130 Poplar and in Overton Square at 2102 Trimble Place. Overton Square hours Sunday through Thursday 11A to 9P, Friday and Saturday 11A to 10P. Regalia Sunday through Thursday 10:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Friday and Saturday 10:30 a.m. to 11 p.m. Signature burgers are made from 100% grass-fed beef. Sandwiches, salads, and the best milkshakes anywhere. The burgers, so good, like the Daria or the Double Daria, and the melt in your mouth. And you have to try the Voodoo Moo Moo. It is the quality brand the Belly Acres team has developed using grass-fed beef with creative homemade toppings in a fun farm setting right here in the city. The goal at Belly Acres, to become even more sustainable as they grow. In Overton Square and in Regalia, the very best quality available in Memphis, burger shakes and smiles at Belly Acres.
Whether you're driving for distance, pitching for precision, or putting to win it all, come to Edwin Watts Golf Shop to get custom fit for all your clubs throughout your bag. Hit a few balls and let our team show you the latest swing technology and data that will help optimize your game. Having each club tailored to become your gamers will help you start shooting lower scores. Let Edwin Watts Golf Shops help you make every shot the perfect one. Come in and get custom fit today. Edwin Watts Golf Shops, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee.
A celebration with ZZ Top.
Take me downtown.
This Sunday, Orpheum Theater. Playing all their classic hits. ZZ Top. Tickets are on sale now at LiveNation.com.
Get your gun, Nelly, and saddle up Penelope. It's Western Trading Days at Sunrise Buick GMC. Old-time trading prices on all new Buicks and GMCs, and the Sunrise Used Car Corral has over 150 in stock. Sunrise has rustled up a good-looking herd of cars and trucks under $99.95. Ranch managers have been told to cut prices to the bone. If you're a good person with bad credit, SunriseMemphis.com will help put your brand on one of these fillies. Come on in and save some money during Western Trading Days at Sunrise, Covington Pike, Wolf Chase, and Collierville. Cars costless at Sunrise, partner.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good, I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
I mean, this I would argue has elements of funk for sure.
Yeah, pretty funky.
I'm not sure I would say this is straight up funk, but like I'd say this is definitely funky. So your argument that you made for the last song, I think, would apply to this song much more closely.
Two songs sound nothing alike.
Yes, there's elements of funk in it. Elements of funk.
That's the name of my band, by the way, Elements of Funk. If you want to come see us, you're gonna enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. Welcome back. Hour number 1 here, as we are indeed live and local. And we've talked to you before. Things like this happen. Stuff happens. You know what I mean? Things good, things bad. Sometimes things don't work out. Sometimes you commit a crucial penalty late in a game that allows a team to have another chance at a game-winning field goal, which they hit. Sometimes you throw what appears to be a back-breaking interception late in a game. That happens too. You just don't know. And sometimes you feel like you might come up a little short in the bedroom. Sometimes that's okay. That's okay. But if it's bothering you, there are options. Here is a very good one. Go to GetRoman.com/bighead now. That's right. GetRoman.com/bighead. That's my promo code. Now, with Roman, you can get a free online evaluation and ongoing care for ED, all from the comfort and privacy of your home. A U.S. licensed healthcare professional will work with you to find the best treatment plan. If medication is appropriate, it ships to you free with 2-day shipping. The whole process is straightforward, it's simple, and yes, it is very discreet. Getting started couldn't be easier. Go to GetRoman.com/bighead and complete an easy online visit. Take care of your ED without leaving home. Complete an online visit today to connect with a doctor. Take care of it. Go to GetRoman.com/bighead now to get $15 off your first month. Look, there's a straightforward way to take care of your ED. GetRoman.com/bighead. GetRoman.com/bighead. Get started now to save $15 on your first month of treatment. All right, so as we mentioned, a good night, big night, important night last night for Washington, even though it was ugly. A victory's a victory.
Mm-hmm.
A win's a win. What do you make of the fact that the Indianapolis Colts are going to be doing they're going to be the team in Hard Knocks in the middle of the season? The Hard Knocks people are going to follow teams around. Normally, it's just been in training camp and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but now they're actually for the first time going to be able to do it in the regular season and crazy access, all that sort of thing. What do you make of that? Like as a team, like especially the fact that it airs like during the team during the season. So like we've seen behind the scenes access before. We've certainly had. I mean, lots of people have had books written about teams. There've been documentaries, things like that about teams with all kinds of access. But normally that doesn't air until after the season is over, until much later on. People write a book about what's going on. All that footage of The Last Dance, that was years and years later. This is going to air like within the course of the season.
Yeah, I can't see how that's not going to be a distraction.
Doesn't that just seems like such a bad idea?
Yeah.
Like for your team, like I would think, the team's going to have like, I'm sure the league of the team has all kinds of like veto power over what gets shown and all that stuff. But like especially if there's a controversy and look like a Carson Wentz who's like Johnny anti-vax and he's he's out there. I mean, if something happens there, you got to follow that whole thing around. I'm intrigued, but like I just can't imagine that's a good thing for these teams.
No, I don't know why they have anything to do with it. That's crazy.
I don't know why they would agree to it. Maybe they have. I mean, I know that like the NFL requires basically every team to do Hard Knocks at some point in time.
If called upon, right?
There's 32 teams, so like you have to.
It's like jury duty,
Yeah, like at some point you're gonna have to do it, but like it's only been around since 2001, so it's gonna take a while for every team to end up getting on Hard Knocks.
What they said every team eventually going to do it, or that they said that everyone is subject to do it if called upon.
I think everyone's subject to do it if called upon, but I think I also think that there's I imagine within some of the ownership and stuff, there's probably some limitations about how many times you can be called upon and like who it's. I don't think you can just stick with like the Cowboys for
It seems like there's been teams that we've seen multiple times, right?
Please.
I don't know. I honestly don't know the history of it, so I can't. I can't say that.
It's like send Hard Knocks to Jacksonville.
Forget Hard Knocks. Bring back bring that show back. What was it called? That was on HBO. It was a fake NFL show. God dog it.
I want to see.
No. What's the name of the show?
What show are you talking about?
It was really good, man. It was called the Hot.
What?
God, what was it called? It was a show on HBO about, and the show base was about this guy that was a washed-up running back. The black guy was a washed-up running back.
Oh yeah, like
somebody was on steroids, and somebody was like.
Yeah. Oh, there was I thought that was an ESPN. Like, wasn't that?
ESPN?
Like the fake behind the scenes. I think it was on ESPN. It was called
Might have been on ESPN.
Yeah, because they
were like cursing and had sex and everything on there.
Yeah, I know the NFL was like, no, you can't be.
This show was fire too.
Called like Ballers or like
not Ballers.
Real Sports with Brian Goebel.
Playmakers.
Playmakers, yeah.
Playmakers. That was
fire.
Playmakers. Yeah. Yeah, the NFL put the.
Yeah, it was on ESPN. I did not know that.
But yeah, it was on ESPN. I remember being on ESPN.
Omar Gooding was on that joint. Yeah.
Omar Gooding from Wild and Crazy Kids.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Wild and Crazy Kids. Yeah, there was some serious stuff going on there.
Yeah, I love that show. That show came out in 2003. Man, I'm old as dirt.
Yeah. There was a show about the guy injecting clean urine into his bladder and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You know, Texas said Ballers, not Ballers. It wasn't Ballers. Yeah. Ballers
it wasn't
was
Ballers. It was Playmakers.
Yeah, Playmakers was fire. Ballers was kind of like fun, like clean. Like Ballers was. I mean, Playmakers was grimy for sure.
Ooh.
Yeah, the part about the guy had to put the pee in his bladder. I remember that part.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it was a hell of a deal. It was pretty nasty. Didn't joke around. Woo! Too real for the NFL's liking. I can tell you that.
But it's on Hulu if you want to watch it.
And I have Hulu.
Yeah.
I swear I watched Wu-Tang and American Saga.
Yeah, you can watch that too. All right, hour number 2 on the way, man. We're going to talk to Adam Kramer. We got a lot of games. We got a lot of games to get to. I want to see his thoughts on all of them. We'll do that next. Stick around.
They've raised the bar again at Homer Skelton Hyundai and Genesis of Olive Branch. I like to say this is the new standard, the way car business should be done. And to prove it, out of 355 dealers in America that sell Genesis cars, the one in Olive Branch, Genesis of Olive Branch, was top 50 in the country, top 10 in the region, and number 2 in the district. And guess what? They want to be number 1. That means there are opportunities out there for you. It's the safest, and every new, latest bit of technology that makes the experience of driving a car better, they've got it at Genesis of Olive Branch. If we start with the G70, the highest performing car I've ever owned, all the way to the G80 or the G90, the biggest of the sedans, you'll love everything about the car. If you would like to try the new SUV, the GV80, you call Vinny Gerard at 662-890-6684. He will bring it out to you.
Do you know one of the best things you can do for your employees or family's health? Provide Arctic Clear bottled water. Arctic Clear bottled water is your locally owned and operated bottled water provider. Arctic Clear is 100% natural spring water with free delivery and setup, dependable service, and no long-term contracts. What an easy choice. Call Jeff Manus today, 901-382-2363, or visit arctic-clear.com. Arctic Clear bottled water. Call now, 382-2363. That's 382-2363.
Golf is back, and so is Miramichi. And just like every other year, there are improvements. This beautiful golf course sits on 330 acres. It provides more than 7,400 yards of championship-level golf, and the beauty that surrounds it is absolutely amazing. And guess what is back too? It's the Miramichi patio. Totally redone, revamped bathrooms, a full service bar, and on weekends, there'll be bands. Oh, by the way, 2 TVs, and it's now open to the public. You don't even have to play golf to catch the view from the Miramichi patio. But if you do want to play some golf, have we got deals for you? Senior golf for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday down to $30. The standard weekday rates, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, as low as $32. Even on the weekends, it's under $50, and you get golf balls on the range. Play the most beautiful golf course in all of Shelby County. Go check out Miramichi.
Hi, I'm Troy Fiveash, owner of Fiveash Roof Services. Can anyone explain to me why anyone would care how I measure your roof? We've all heard about measuring your roof from outer space. Well, to be honest, that's not possible. There are aerial pictures that can be taken every 4 years that can be used to measure most buildings, but it's not from outer space. Besides, no one, and I mean no one, can tell you what's wrong with your roof, or even if you need one, looking at pictures that could be 4 years old. If you'd rather do business with a family-owned and operated business with a lifelong tie to Memphis that refuses to mislead or use gimmicks, give us a call. Best products, best warranties, and the best service we know how to give. Fiveash Roof Services, proud partner of the Memphis Tigers and the official roofer of the Memphis Tigers home team. Fiveash Roofing, fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Fiveash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
I'm Gary York. I'm the service director at Lexus of Memphis. Our service department wants to be more than just a place where you get your oil changed. We do glass repair, windshield replacement, recalibration of your camera and sonar systems, even wheel repair, tire replacement, all the things you would expect from a luxury automotive dealer. Please check out our website. You can schedule your appointment, check out our specials, hours of operation, or if you'd like to do it in person, please reach out to one of our associates at 901-271-5199.
There's a new commissary in town in Collierville. Germantown Commissary is doubling. Yeah, they're still going to have the old Germantown Commissary by the tracks, but now there's a huge new Germantown Commissary in Collierville at Poplar and Houston Levee Road. It's huge, too. There's a drive-through. There's plenty of parking, no telephone pole to get in your way, a cool patio. It's right by the track, so the tradition continues. And this is a tradition that's been around forever. That commissary is famous for hickory-smoked, slow-cooked Memphis-style barbecue. They've got a private party room at the new one in Collierville. Self-catering still continues. Party packs for $5.95. Basically, the great ribs, the great pulled shoulder, the great deviled eggs. Everything is there in Collierville and Germantown now. So there is now a Germantown and Collierville style of barbecue. It's called Germantown Commissary.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis and W253DF Memphis, Flynn Broadcasting Stations.
Sports 56 traffic.
So we're still working an accident on Sycamore View at Shelby Oaks Drive. That's Sycamore View at Shelby Oaks Drive. Still working delays on Highway 64 in both directions at Interstate 269 as we're dealing with the accident there. So just keep in mind throughout the day we are expecting to have rain this afternoon. So just keep that in mind. And this is your Sports 56 traffic update.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and Anthony Sane. Here once again are Pete and Sane.
Now, see, are you just getting progressively funkier as the day goes on?
Yeah, it's Funk Friday for a reason.
Seems to be the case. Yes. Just feel like you're getting more and more funky. You're going to just continue to increase the funk as the day goes on, which is
a
great.
little bit more funk to it. Ain't nothing wrong with it at all, dude.
Yeah. If that was what your intent was to do, then I would support you entirely. But sadly, that was not the case. All right, hour number 2 is here in the Family Leisure Studios. Welcome in. I'm Peter Edmiston. He's Anthony Sane. That's Zach producing the program in his own inimitable style, and thank God for that. It's going to be rainy, as Zach mentioned today. Expect some rain, expect some showers. I don't think anything's going to be too serious, quite frankly, but that's really up to you. I mean, it's everyone has their own definition of what serious rain is. So I don't know if you're the Wicked Witch of the West, for example, any rain is serious rain. But if you're regular folks, then it's probably not that serious. So if, in fact, you melt when water comes in contact with your skin, be careful out there. Otherwise, I don't know, grab an umbrella. You'll probably be fine. It's going to be a nice day. Lots to get to. Very busy show already as we talked about my Washington football team surviving a terrible interception and some generally mediocre to bad play to somehow win that game. That was good. It was good. Winning's good. The way they did it was not as good, but I'll take it. I'll take it at this point. But that means that now we're getting set for a huge weekend. Of course, our friends at FanDuel Sportsbook will have you covered throughout the entire weekend, whatever bets you want to make. And we're going to help you with some of those right now with our good friend Adam Kramer. Of course, at Kegs and Eggs, all over the media spectrum, and he joins us now. Adam Kramer, good morning, man. How are you?
You know, I'm outside. I'm watching my mom's dog for the weekend, so I'm getting my mind right for this week of college football and NFL. I had the Giants +4 last night.
Okay.
I had Louisiana -19.5, which was a very uncomfortable. But actually, both were very uncomfortable bets. Quite honestly, the Giants felt pretty good, so it was a good start. Good start to the gambling weekend, but we got a long way to go. And this is, you and I like to talk about cards that are maybe a little contrarian in nature, right? We love to spot our games that we know the public's going to be, running toward. I think we got at least a few of them this weekend. I'm excited about that.
It is a very it's an interesting card compared to last week, especially. It's a more interesting card of games and not only interesting. Although last week, I mean, we saw it didn't necessarily look that interesting on paper. And
no,
we saw some wild ones. We saw some wild ones that actually played out. Before we talk specifics on betting, what do you make of where we are overall in the spectrum of the sport, with teams like Ohio State taking that L last week, with some iffy performance like your Texas A&M's just kind of loping around and just sort of winning a really ugly one. Some strange games last week. What do you make of it?
So, look, Ohio State's defense is bad, and I wasn't sure how bad it would be. We knew after Minnesota that there were some problems there, but now we know that there's more than some problems. But this is what we tend to do, and if you think back to last year, I think the most striking result of any game that I saw was Vanderbilt almost beating Texas A&M in week 1, and Texas A&M going on to be a pretty good team. We think we know stuff. We try to react to what we know, and then we react to very small sample sizes like we have right now to say, hey, take Alabama, for example, against Miami. Wow, Alabama is this dominant team. And then week 2, Miami looks pretty meh against App State. I mean, App State's not a bad team, but all of a sudden, do we have to recalibrate again? So I think what we're seeing right now, look, we've had a lot of Oregon beating Ohio State is not something I saw, right? Iowa beating Iowa State as an Iowa fan, I didn't think that was going to happen. So in one afternoon, we had a couple of really meaningful games. And I just think my biggest takeaway is A, college football is college football. B, home field is certainly, while back, we saw not everything because we saw 2 really good home teams lose in pretty resounding fashion. And C, it's just, this is what it does, right? We're going to get these results. We're going to react, but I'm excited about it because I do think there are hints that this is going to be a really weird year.
Very much so. Very much so. Some very weird stuff. Couple of hot seat checks. Mike Norvell. What are we doing down there?
We know what we're doing and it's not good. But the reports you see from former players that are saying the locker room is lost. Yeah. They're what, a 4.5 point underdog to Wake. Yikes. Right? Yeah. That's not good.
Well, that last, honest to God, that last play was a fireable offense. They had basically 7 guys in the box. They had what looked like press coverage on you're 59 yards away from the end zone on the last play of the game. You have 1 deep safety. What are we doing out here? This is oh my God.
No, the state is not good. And I know people are kind of contrarianly liking Florida State, which sounds hilarious. I actually like Wake. I know their team was pretty good last year. Actually crushed me in the bowl game against Wisconsin when they threw 19 interceptions in a row. They made up the best endorsement that I'm betting on. But I think
bowl games.
This is a program in disarray, right? But again, it's also a product of how quickly things change because week 1, you think you have this loss against Notre Dame that's wow, this is a good takeaway, and then Notre Dame stinks and you stink worse. And so that's what we do. We react and adjust, but things are not good. And the reports of the locker room being a not great place, while it's hard to know how serious those are or what to take from them. Former players, yeah, and you guys know this. Former players usually have a pretty good pulse of how things, tend to be within a program. That to me is perhaps most concerning of all.
Were you surprised by Clay Helton's early departure at USC at all, being that it was literally after the first game?
I was pretty shocked, actually. Like, this guy's been walking a tightrope act for, his whole career. Only year 7. So I get that you have a new administration, new AD in there that hasn't been there for 7 years. And, in some ways I can appreciate it, like enough is enough.
Mm-hmm.
In others, I don't know how much firing your coach in week 2 does for you, especially in a sport where you can rally, right? Maybe that's the part that's a little, disheartening. You've hung on to this guy for this long. You take a really bad L, okay? And if I'm the AD, I say, well, when we take our next one, it's go time, right? Because bad L's happen, even to coaches whomever, okay, especially early on. But this does nothing for you, really. You could do your coaching search with Clay Helton still hired, and they probably have been. This happens all the time. So I'm a little surprised at the timing. It was time. It's been time. Frankly, you kind of know what you have. But it was interesting because they had been recruiting all of a sudden better, and things actually seemed to be, rounding up. But, yeah, I would have waited till another loss. Of all the times to fire him, you have years to do it, and you choose to do it now. It feels very USC-esque.
It does indeed, and we'll find out who's going to be the which USC guy will be the new coach.
By the way, do you know who would be the best hire for USC right now? In all seriousness, it's Lane Kiffin.
We talked about that. Yeah, we talked about that the other day. What if he did to Ole Miss what he did to Tennessee, and just everything looked like moving in the right direction? Then,
and there's no way. I can't say no way. This is a weird sport. There seems like very few ways that USC would hire him, but a matured and somewhat seasoned Lane Kiffin, could you imagine how well he would recruit out there now? He recruited great out there then. Could you imagine what he would do out there?
He's got a California quarterback right now. He's got a California quarterback right now at Ole Miss. So, of course, it would make perfect sense.
I really think it would. Again, there's always weird names for that job. They're not using a search firm, so it feels like it's going to be, a USC guy, so to speak, which would be very interesting.
I believe it's going to be OJ. That's unfortunate.
Jack Del Rio throws his name into the mix. That's where we're heading for this. So just prepare yourself.
OJ Mayo, I think, is actually going to be the guy, which is also
we were thinking OJ Mayo, OJ Simpson, maybe.
OJ, yeah.
OJ
Simpson,
a couple of OJs available, I believe.
They're certainly available. All right, let's get to the nuts and bolts of some of these games. Here we go. Adam Kramer, Mississippi State, Mike Leach heading to the Liberty Bowl to take on Ryan Silverfield's University of Memphis Tigers. Tigers coming off of a wild 105-point game in which they survived a trip to Butch Jones and the Arkansas State Red Wolves. Now at home, 3-point underdogs to a Mississippi State team that's, if I read my notes right, is led by their defense. Is this correct? What do you see here?
Well, this is the first of a handful of contrarian games that absolutely I love, and I love Memphis. And I'm not just saying that because I'm talking to you gentlemen. This is one of my favorite plays of the week. Y'all got a quarterback, okay?
Yes.
Y'all have a quarterback. He is. I don't think this dude is a joke, man. He looks like he's going to be really good for a while. So if you're a fan of this team, and we talked about it next week, what you want to see from him, this is a moment where you can have a QB for potentially 3 years. And we don't want to jump ahead. We've only seen 2 games. Again, that defense last week that he played against was really bad. But I think if you're a fan of this program, you should get cautiously excited. You should really start thinking, wow, this could be a really exciting time for a program. I think the point spread here says it. And Mississippi State is a weird team. I don't know what beating NC State really says, quite honestly. I just really like this spot. I kind of like the over as well. I think this could be a really fun game, a weird game. But I like Memphis with the points, I like Memphis outright.
Okay, all right. I know our Tiger fans excited to hear that. Memphis outright, says our friend Adam Kramer. Michigan State at Miami. Miami a 6-point favorite in this game, and it seems like all the action coming in on Michigan State. What say you?
We lost. It sounds like we lost. I got it.
I think he was offended by that.
What game we doing again? You know, I'll hold it down.
Michigan State, Miami. What do you like in this one? Michigan State plus the 6.
Peter, are you aware of Miami's record after a blowout when they were when they were home dogs, right?
Uh-huh.
Are you
George,
aware of their record?
This is something only you and I know. Michigan State, when wearing green and traveling on a Thursday.
On a Thursday, yeah.
In a game that
when Miami is the
okay,
road.
okay, I thought you were just mad. I thought you were just mad. You just hung up. You're
How
like,
dare
screw
these
these
bones.
guys. How dare you ask me about Michigan State, Miami?
I'm disgusted
Click.
by this
I'm out.
game.
I'm
No, I
disgusted
like
by this game.
But I'm about to say that I like to go with the public here. Maybe that, I'm kind of a karma guy, like a superstitious guy. Like, I'm going to have to pull back my bet on Michigan State here. I was about to say I like Michigan State and the call drop. So maybe not a good sign. But I think this is a really good spot for them. I really like their running back, Kenneth Walker. He guys, top 5 in the country in rushing right now. I know it's early. I thought that opening win against Northwestern was a really good one. What we maybe struggle with is, what does that win mean? Yeah, Northwestern this week is like a small favorite to, a Duke team that lost to Charlotte, right? So let's do this game. But in general, no, I think Miami, it's a tough schedule to start. In fairness to Miami, these are 3 very unique games in Alabama, App State, and now this. I think Michigan State, I wrote about this week, I think they're very live again on the money line, plus 200, not too bad.
Okay, I like that. So there you go. Now here's the public sneaky public teaser of the week situation here. Cincinnati and Indiana. Oh boy. Yeah, this one looks like this one is the old dollar bill on the ground. Just reach down and pick it up. It's free money. It's free money. What are you doing out here? And I don't know, Adam. This one scares me to death.
I picked Indiana to cover. I picked Indiana to win. You know what I've noticed, too, over the last couple of years? Every time I've picked against Cincinnati, their fans are real mad at me. Like, real mad. Like, more so than they are. And you know what? I get it. They're kind of defensive because their whole existence is you're not good enough. And I think the point I'm trying to make is I love Cincinnati. Like, as someone, gambling is business. This is just business, right? But I would love to see Cincinnati make the playoffs. I think this is a really scary line. The number 8 team in the AP poll is like hovering around a field goal against an unranked team that got absolutely blown out by Iowa. Now, some disclaimers. Iowa might be actually really good. And I'm not just saying that because you guys know I have Iowa ties. They might be.
You're a homer. You're an Iowa homer. We know that. You're an Iowa honk, but that's all right.
But
that's
Iowa,
all right.
Iowa validated it, I guess, right? Which is not, which is something this early in the year. And it was on the road, and it's a brutal place to play. So this game, this line stinks. I've been waiting for it to come up to 5. It's come up a little bit, but it really hasn't soared, despite, I think, heavy public action being on Cincinnati all week.
Yeah, this is being buffeted by some smart money hanging in there on Indiana because it's
our style, right? If something looks too good to be true, it might be, and this looks too good to be true, plain and simple. And sometimes that's the logic you don't have to go off of, or anybody does. It's just the logic that I like to use. And man, this game, it just stinks.
Let's play a fun game here. How many points do I have to give you to take UConn in a game?
Oh, my God.
Like, Army is a 34.5 point favorite, and I love Army. I think I'm going to bet against UConn. I'm just going to bet against UConn until they prove to me that they can score a touchdown or do anything, or that they're not just playing out the string of a miserable football existence?
The game against Clemson might approach one of the largest point spreads we've ever seen. I believe Florida State was a 73-point spread against Savannah State, like many years ago, many years, but I don't know, 10 years ago, something like that.
Yeah, I remember that game. Yeah, I remember it in the 70s.
That, first off, that game should probably not be played. I think it's a legitimate safety concern. I'm not even saying that to crack jokes. Like, I question if that game should be played, and I think the spread is probably going to be somewhere in the range of 65. So you look at what this team, I mean, they play Houston, right? I mean, the back end of the schedule is not kind. And then you're going to play Yale, and you're going to lose. If you are into horrible football teams, this might be the worst one of our lifetime. Like, and I've watched a lot of Kansas. I've seen some Rutgers. I've seen some bad, man.
Akron had a real bad run for a while.
This is it, right? I mean, this could seriously be it, and it's only going to get worse when you get to they play Vanderbilt. What a disgusting football game that is. I'm sorry.
Hey, shout out to Vandy for winning, though. I didn't think Vandy could do it, so couldn't.
And Vandy, by the way, you talk about weird lines. Vandy this week against Stanford is kind of a contrarian line, so we'll see. But it's real bad.
What do you like? What do you think about that one, by the way? Vandy Stanford. That Anthony Sainz already had his say on that earlier.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you
I already made my prediction.
You went deep on that one, saying you went real deep on that one. Vanderbilt plus the 12 right now, hosting Stanford in the Smarty Pants Bowl.
Interesting story about Stanford. Just random brain information. I did a story on their quarterback Tanner McKee. About 3-4 years ago. 4-star kid out of California, Mormon. Went on his mission, came back, committed to Stanford. And huge, 6'7", really talented. Like, this kid has some gifts, right? And now it was really cool to see him shine. He's a great kid, and he put his face before football. And I remember writing about it, and that being almost, I guess, controversial at the time. But to see him play as well as he did against USC, I thought was pretty unbelievable. So I don't think Vandy has a dude like that on their team, quite honestly. And yet that spread says that they really can't back up what we just saw. So this is a tough leap of faith for me. I'm all for betting contrarian teams like Vanderbilt. The problem when you do this is when you bet bad teams, you get bad results. You get fumbles, you get stuff like that, and you have to be able to stomach that and accept that if it goes wrong. Got to say, though, everybody is going to be on Stanford this week. Everybody is on Stanford this week. I think Vandy would be the play if you're going to make a move on that. But good luck and Godspeed.
Adam, I'm hammering Vandy. I broke this down earlier this week. Are you aware of Stanford's record the week after winning as a road dog at home?
Oh man, you're like your Jimmy the Greek guy. I love that.
Are you aware of the record?
No, I'm not.
Either. I just wondered if anybody knows it. I thought you might know.
That's why he's the best, folks. That's why Anthony Sainz the best trend better in the game.
I'm sure it's a thing. So hey, give me Vandy.
No question. No question.
I can't assume it's a good record after winning as a road dog.
Probably not. It's probably not good. I think you're exactly right about that.
Yeah.
All right. So let's do some more actual. Let's do the biggest actual game of the week. Alabama, Florida, and this one has hung right around that 2-touchdown, 14.5, 15 mark, and that seems about right. Although, Adam, I can't, in good conscience, you may not necessarily want to take Alabama minus a couple touchdowns on the road, and I get that, but I don't see how anyone could take Florida. I don't think you can take Florida at all.
I have really thought about it, but the problem is I thought about taking Miami. So maybe I'm not the best person to ask.
Yeah, it's
but
true.
You're
in a mood today, folks. He's in a mood today, guys. I don't know. This is a mood for him.
I'm feeling contrarian. I'm feeling spicy. No, so the line, this ballooned up to 15.5. It's come back down to 14. I'd be surprised if we get under 14. If that is the case, because that's a pretty key number, that'd be interesting. But I think Bryce Young's first start. You've got two quarterbacks at Florida now look pretty capable. Now I'm curious how that whole thing plays out, by the way, because
I don't like it.
That looks like it's going to be. That's actually, for a week like this, that's a really nice advantage for Dan Mullen, and he knows it to kind of lead into that. And I'm sure Nick Saban's not thrilled. I actually like the over here because I think Florida's going to be able to move the ball. Alabama's defense a little bit banged up. So I think the over feels good. But, Alabama has this, its own level of respect that you have to kind of appreciate before you jump into this. But I do think we probably overreacted to what they did in Miami week 1. And honestly, Nick Saban was right. It was a half of football. It was beautiful. But Miami might not be very good. And so I just think we have to gauge all that. I'm totally with you, though, and I understand the hesitation because Alabama is Alabama, and they've done this for a long time.
Okay. All right. So a hesitant sort of.
I'm going to go over. I'm in on the over. I'll probably stay away from the spread. Right. But I have to say, if I were to get him, I don't think I'd bet Alabama in this game. I just don't feel great about it.
Do you know what to do with Auburn, Penn State? Penn State, a 5-point favorite. I like Auburn straight up to win this game. I like Auburn plus the points. I like Auburn to win this game, even on the road. I'm not a believer in Penn State. I'm not there. I'm inclined to bet the under here. And I don't know how to gauge Auburn with who they've played, right? Maybe that's the hardest part of this game for me. It's like, wow, they're averaging 1 billion yards per carry, and they've got some pretty good players. But Bo Nix has always been a really tough eval for me. From an environment standpoint, as great as the SEC is, this will be the most difficult environment I think he ever plays in. Whiteout, Penn State, night, the place is going to be nuts. I mean, this is, if you're into just great college football scene, this will probably be the best scene we see all year. It's a spectacular thing. So I think the under feels about right because I don't trust Bo Nix. I don't trust Clifford either. I thought he made some good plays against Wisconsin. I thought he made some not so good plays, and that's kind of who he is. So I like the under. And again, I just don't know enough about Auburn yet to figure out how I feel. I think it's going to be tight, though. I'm with you. I don't think Penn State's going to win this in a blowout. I think it's going to be a really good, probably semi-ugly game. How excited are you? I am unduly excited about a game that you can hear right here on Sports 56 98.5. Tulane at Ole Miss. Tulane announcing yesterday they are breaking out the old greeny mascot who looks cool. like a little space alien guy on the side of their. They are wearing the helmets that reminding people they have a decal that says 3-time SEC champs, which they are from back in the 30s. An amazing flex going to Ole Miss. I don't know if Ole Miss is a 3-time SEC champ, to be honest with you. I don't know if that's happened. So a remarkable bit of swag from Tulane, who has already shown that they can go on the road and scare the pants off of Oklahoma. But they take on an Ole Miss team that looks extremely potent. In this game, the over under 76.5. Ole Miss a 14-point favorite here. This is going to be a super fun game either way.
It is, and I think what's very interesting about this, you can hear a coach like Nick Saban give props to Mercer, right? Like, well, they do a lot of really good things, and like they're reading off the cue card. Lane Kiffin's genuinely, I think, concerned about this team. They've gotten a lot better, just like the rest of its conference. They've improved a great deal. I bet on a lot of Tulane games, and they're often weird. And, I don't know what to make of that first week 1 against Oklahoma, other than it was a really good showing. I think they can score, but I think Ole Miss looks like a really good football team, right? So this is a game that I think many, including myself, are kind of hoping it's fun and basketball scory. I also could see Ole Miss just kind of validating some of the early signs we've seen and absolutely beating the heck out of Tulane. Like Ole Miss to me, this is a game it's going to be in the rotation a great deal because I really want to kind of figure out who Ole Miss is. And I think it's a testament to Tulane that we actually think that is the case, that this is a legitimate measuring stick. So, yeah, and then look, in total in mid-70s, whether you bet it or not, like I'm in for that, always and forever.
Weird. Okay, a couple quick ones that we got to run. Weird line of the week: Georgia State minus 4.5 against Charlotte. I don't explain this one to me. I don't get this.
It is a weird line. There's a couple of them. This is one of them. Charlotte, obviously, with a really great early win. I'm tentatively backing Georgia State, although there's so many games I like. This is down the way a little bit.
Very strange one, though. To me, I don't really understand where we're going with that. Unless we're trying to tease people, in which case, then God bless you. Notre Dame minus the 7.
I don't know what to do with this. Notre Dame's got some really good players, like first-round, top 10 pick type players. At some point, I feel like they'll get it together. Dude's got some really good players, too. David Bell, the wide receiver, is a lot of fun. So this is probably a stay away from me.
Coastal minus the 14 at Buffalo?
Kind of a phony line. Feels like Buffalo could be close. I don't love the line movement in this game. This opened 10.5, 11. I wish it would have actually stayed there, if that makes sense, to say, wow,
that felt better.
The books are pushing back on public action, but they're not. So I'm probably going to stay away at that one.
Woo, good stuff, Adam Kramer at Kegs and Eggs. He's the best, folks, bringing you all the heat today. Enjoy yourself, my friend.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Talk next week.
He's Adam Kramer. He's the best. Love him. At Kegs and Eggs, and he loves the Tigers, too. Good stuff from for you Tiger fans out there. Ole Miss, too. So he's got the Homer cap on today. Feeling good in the Family Leisure Studios. We'll come back and continue here. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 98.5.
Grab a seat with Johnny Radio for Sports 56 Happy Hour. Weekdays from 1 to 3 on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
It's finally time to get out of the house. So make sure you stop by Family Leisure with great prices on in-stock and incoming products. Keep the kids active with play gyms, in stock, ready for delivery. And by the way, installation from the pros, I always recommend that. Markdowns on remaining game room products and those beautiful massage chairs. And the hot tubs, they're going fast. Get out of the house and get to Family Leisure. Wooden Road and I-40, where family and fun come together.
Hi, this is John Conway with Conway Services. When was the last time you had your air conditioning system tuned up? What about your heating system safety check? Good news, you can get them both at the same time this month. Call Conway Services for our 16-point Energy Saver Super Tune-Up on your air conditioning system for only $69. We'll remove years of dirt, grime, and leaves from your air conditioning system. It's like taking your air conditioner to a car wash, all for only $69. And we'll include a heating system safety check at no charge. That's right, Conway Services 16-point Energy Saver Super Tune-Up on your air conditioning system, and we'll include a heating system safety check at no charge, making sure you're ready for those cold winter nights. If that's not enough, we'll include a carbon monoxide test, all for only $69. So call Conway Services, the Mid-South's premier heating, cooling, plumbing, electric service company this week, and we'll perform your super tune-up for only $57 with a free heating system safety check.
Call 384-3511. Conway Services. Call Conway today.
The bridge is open. Now it's really easy to take the 15-minute drive to Cypress View Golf and Recreation and enjoy the spectacular upgrades made to the clubhouse and golf course. The fairways are looking great and the greens are better than ever. No traffic, no excuses. If you're tired of paying greens and cart fees, Cypress View has a membership that includes unlimited golf, cart, range balls, and more. A family membership is just $199 per month plus tax. Members also have access to the Olympic-sized pool, fitness center, and tennis courts. The golf shop is stocked with FootJoy apparel, Titleist bags, and equipment. A huge selection of Puka headwear and more. Cypress View Grill has a wide selection of choices from burgers to brats, Phillies to quesadillas, flatbreads to oven-fired pizzas. You're covered from golf to goods to grub. And now Cypress View has a beer license, so grab a cold one in the grill. See why Cypress View Golf and Recreation is one of the fastest growing clubs in the Mid-South. Call 870-739-6305 or visit online cypressviewgolf.com.
Mount Moriah Auto Sales. What sets them apart? Great selection, quality, high-end to low-end cars, and low mileage. Mount Moriah Auto Sales is under new management. Ask for Emmett or Steven. Check out their great selection of cars or trucks. Choose from Dodges, Jeeps, Fords, GMCs, Infinitis, Porsches, Range Rovers, Lexus, Mercedes, BMWs, even Bentleys. Mount Moriah Auto Sales also has a great service department with 12 bays for everything from oil changes to alignment to new tires. Go to MountMoriahAutoSales.com. Pick out your like new car or truck today. Mount Moriah Auto Sales, right on the corner and right on the price.
Looking to buy or sell a home in Mississippi? Don't know where to start? Rely on someone who has decades of calling Mississippi home. Someone who puts honesty, integrity, and clients first. Doug and Colin Brown, $1 Million producers representing Regency Realty in Mississippi. This father-son combo will help you find your next dream home. Call Regency Realty at 901-350-5050 or direct at 901-598-9168 to schedule an appointment.
Taqueria Express has a new location at 6290 Winchester with family deals every day. Mouth-watering chicken tacos only 99 cents. 3 tacos with rice, beans, and fresh guacamole only $6. And incredible signature dishes with chicken or beef chimichangas and homemade tortillas stuffed with fresh beans, rice, and cheese on top. If you're hungry, try Taqueria Express's gigantic Macho Burrito. Homemade with fresh flour tortilla and you choose beef, chicken, pork, or shrimp. Includes beans, rice, melted cheese, lettuce, tomato, and sour cream. Fajita fans try Taqueria's delicious chicken or steak fajitas. Big enough for 2 people and only $10. If you're thirsty and want something unique, then try Taqueria drinks made from scratch like melon and pineapple. Margaritas are buy one, get one free, and they got a little kick to them. For real Mexican food, Taqueria Express, 6290 Winchester. We'll see you guys there, and don't forget those strong margaritas. Buy one, get one free.
Sports 56 traffic.
Nothing new to report as far as traffic on the roadways. We're so far so clear as of right now. Keep it right here. This is your Sports 56 traffic update.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good. I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
I said the hip hop, the hip it to the hip hop. You don't stop the rocker to the bang bang boogie. Say up jump the boogie to the rhythm of the boogie to beat. Now what you hear is not a test. I'm rapping to the beat, and me, the groove, and my friends are gonna try
call this
to
funk,
move
but
your beat.
it's funky.
I am Wonder Mike, and I like to say hell
You hear that
yeah.
funk? The Sugar Hill Gang are a funk group, apparently.
We might as well just stop the themes and just let Zach just do what he feels like doing. Because it's kind of
it's
he's
a
slowly
Zach
protesting
Friday.
and just doing what he wants to do. You know.
It's a Zach Friday here on the program, apparently. Oh, Anthony Sane, welcome back to the program. And I know, everybody else knows about my friends at FanDuel Sportsbook. And I hope that if you don't know about the folks at FanDuel Sportsbook, you better you better find out. You better call somebody, as a famous person used to say. Because I'm gonna tell you what the deal is. Okay, here's the situation with FanDuel Sportsbook. It's just that simple, folks. You have an opportunity here, and it's absolutely a very, very good one for you, to get a same game parlay bet with 3 legs or more, risk free. That's right. Mm-hmm. Everybody gets a $10 risk-free bet every week. That's new users. That's existing users. I got a bonus for you new users coming up in just a second, though. But, of course, the NFL is back, and FanDuel Sportsbook wants you to get the most out of every play. So you get a $10 risk-free bet every week. Same-game parlay bet with 3 legs or more, and if your bet doesn't win, FanDuel will pay you back up to $10. That's how it works. So if you want to fire up a big old bet this week, and you say, "Look, man, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna bet because I like let's say because I think you probably should like Rams minus the 4. Okay, all right, and maybe you want to throw in what Matthew Stafford's going to do, a couple touchdown passes. You could do that. Maybe throw in a yardage total, here and there. Next thing you know, maybe you said Darrell Henderson to score a touchdown. The Memphis product. Throw those 3 things together, make it a same-game parlay, drop $10 down on it, and you could double, triple, quadruple, or more your money, and you get to do it risk-free because FanDuel Sportsbook allows you, hey, great deal, that same-game parlay bet with 3 legs or more. If your bet doesn't win, they get you back up to $10. It's super simple, fast payouts, easy to use, safe and secure. It's America's #1 sportsbook. There's no feeling like nailing that same-game parlay bet, and if you don't believe me, just ask Alex, our buddy, who hits them like they're going out of style.
Man, who you telling?
It's a great feeling when you turn $10 into $100 or $200 or $500 or 80,000, as some people have done before. Lock in your bet on FanDuel Sportsbook and get up to $10 back if your bet doesn't win. And if you're new to FanDuel Sportsbook, just claim your 30-1 odds on either team to win in the biggest game this Sunday, the Chiefs against the Ravens. Sign up with promo code BIGHEAD. That's promo code BIGHEAD. Must be 21 or older and present in Tennessee. Refund issue is non-withdrawable. Site credit that expires in 7 days. Max refund $10. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Same game parlay available for multiple sports in all states on mobile and web. Gambling problem? Call TN Redline 1-800-889-9789. Anthony Sane, are you with Adam Kramer? Are you in big on the Tigers?
No. I don't know, man. I fooled with Hennigan. I think he's good, but it's a home game. The Tigers don't lose many home games. Mississippi State really ain't that good, but I don't know, man. I'm just not ready to. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not calling this game at all. I guess I got to, though. Memphis wins. Why not?
Memphis wins. Why not?
Let me flip it over, though.
Okay.
Are people actually going to this game? Big 12 Memphis? We belong in the Big 12 Memphis. Y'all going out in the rain?
I hope so.
Y'all going to get out in the rain?
I mean,
Cooper Young Fest or Tiger game? Which one y'all doing? Big 12 Memphis.
Well, they're calling for a
is
blue
Big 12 going to be there?
I don't know.
Why isn't John Morant the spokesman for Big 12 to Memphis? Like, I mean, why haven't they already done that?
I mean, it makes sense.
He's Big 12. I mean, like, come on, it makes perfect sense. Why are we not? Why have we not already done this? Hey, what's give me a quick update here. John Morant and Zaire Williams and the hair situation. What are we doing?
It's a team full of weirdos, man. It's got a team full of weirdos. Too many freaking kids. Like,
for those that don't know, Zaire Williams out here with two big old
Afro puff,
giant Afro puffs
on the side of his head, and John's got two as well. Pigtails.
He was getting his hair done, man. Now, for Ja, I don't know what the reason for that, but Zaire was getting his hair done, man.
Could you imagine Marc Gasol on this team? Like prime Mark? He looked like
oh yeah, he's yeah.
What was the next door name? He'd be like Mr. Wilson or Dennis the Menace. He'd be losing his mind.
You kids!
Yeah, could you imagine
you
prime
kids?
Mark? Yeah, Steven Adams, like literally, I know they're all bloody young, Mike. It's a bunch of weirdos. They got two guys with pigtails out here. Mike.
And one's supposed to be our superstar.
Right. Guy throws a baseball like a bloody buffoon, mate. Like a wanker.
That's what they. Are you mixing the two countries together?
I don't know what.
I think you're mixing about 3 or 4 different accents and stereotypes together. That's okay. That's all right. That's fine. No, mate.
Did you hear the bloody noise he made when he threw the baseball, mate?
One of the things I love about New Zealanders is that they say the word no like nigh. I don't know. I'm not sure how that happens.
How they add all those sounds.
Nigh. Fantastic.
It's gonna be a fun year, though, man.
I wouldn't mind moving to New Zealand. New Zealand was when the New Zealand team came here to play the Grizzlies in exhibition action a couple of years ago, and R.J. Hampton was on that team, and I talked to a lot of the New Zealanders who were part of the media, and they were great. Couldn't have been nicer, and I enjoyed chatting with them. They were good people.
Yeah, that team.
I like New Zealanders.
That team was not good. Not against them.
No, they were not. They were not. But that's okay.
It was good, man. It was all right. I remember watching that game. I was at that game, at that preseason game.
I remember the year we lost to like some Spanish team. I was like, we're about to be the worst team in the NBA.
Oh, the Flamingos. Yeah. I forgot.
Like, bro, we about to be the worst team in the league. We lost to them.
I forgot the actual name, but all I remember it looked like Flamingos.
The Gran Canaria, I think, was their team, but it was Not great. Okay, so you like you're a little worried about Memphis. You're not. You're worried about the fans. You're worried about the team. You're worried about. I'm kind of like.
Our fans be making me mad sometimes, man. We be trying to sit at tables we don't belong at sometimes, and it just get on my nerves. Like when we look at the reality of what we really are as a fan base, so we just get too excited. How dare them leave us off? Oh, there's church tonight. Oh no, I'm not going to the game.
Well, I think they got you got to start proving that you can go and that you're going to get more than the usual hardcore fans to go.
Let's see what we do in the rain.
I mean, this is a really good team. They've been really good for the last few years. They are trying to prove that they are an attractive proposition for the Big 12. This is the time for fans to show up. You're playing against a regional rival. You're playing against a big time SEC team, so you're trying to send a message to the rest of college football. It's a great opportunity. I just think.
Yep.
Yeah, if you don't show up, I don't know why you.
And it better not sound like a road game. I know that. If it looks like a Mississippi State game, home game, I don't want to hear this. We got left out the Big 12. So. Like, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it at all.
I want to give I wanted to mention too. A shout out to Tulane, man. I know they're going through a lot down there with the the Hurricane Ida situation has been really, really hard for them and for so many other New Orleans folks. So, the folks around in South Louisiana, and it's been brutal. And I wish them the best as they continue to recover. It's still a lot of devastation down there, but Tulane has had such a positive attitude, it seems, about all this. And they were scheduled to host Oklahoma. They end up having to go on the road to Norman to play that game, and very nearly should have probably won that game. They now break out the old school uniforms we haven't seen in decades. This team's got a lot of swag, I guess is the best way I put it. Like, they just got a lot of attitude and self-belief for a team like Tulane. You wouldn't expect that. Tulane has usually been kind of the forgotten team, kind of laughing stock at times. But man, Willie Fritz has got them playing really excellent football, and they're a fun team to watch. They're going to look great. Ole Miss is a super fun team to watch. I can't wait to see that game. It's 7:00. You can listen to it right here with of course the whole folks from the Ole Miss radio network. I know Brett Norsworthy part of that mix. Eli was part of that mix last week, and then we got David Kellum, Harry Harrison. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, man. I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah. Ole Miss plays, but tomorrow you said 7?
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at 5.
I thought it was 7:00.
Yeah, I think it's a 5:00 game, bro. I don't know. It's gonna be a good game though. Ole Miss versus Tulane. See if Tulane is for real. Memphis has to play. This is the next week we play Tulane, or in 2 weeks.
I have it as a 7:00 start.
Well, yeah. Let me update the board because I don't want
nobody else. I think you may be on the Pacific time zone.
Yeah, that might be what it is. Yeah, I might update the dry erase board over here.
Yeah. Maybe no, it's 5:00. I mean, I'm sure that's when 5:00 broadcast starts. Kickoff's at 7.
No way. Oh,
Pre-game.
okay. It comes on here at 5. I got you. Yeah. That's right. That's what it is. Yeah. That's what it is. Yeah.
There
so we don't just play the game.
Now you're confused.
Confusing the people.
College pre-games are always.
We don't just play the game here, man. We pre-game you over here on Sports 56.
Of course, because we're Ole Miss radio network.
Yeah, we give you the total Ole Miss experience.
That's what happens. So yes, okay. Make sure we get that all clarified.
Yeah, my bad for confusing everyone.
You were confusing me.
Yep, my bad for confusing everyone. Make sure you tune in at 5 though, man. Get the whole experience here.
Good stuff. Good stuff coming your way. We'll come back. We'll continue to talk a little college football. Also, 9:00, our friend Dakari Thompson joins us to talk about the situation at Bartlett, among others. We'll do that when we continue here. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56 and 98.5.
You have opinions?
The knowledge that I have matters.
We want to hear them. Call or text us on the AutoZone listener line at 360-8255. That's the AutoZone listener line at 901-360-8255.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
No one outfits golfers better than Edwin Watts Golf Shops. We've been fitting golfers since 1968. Utilizing cutting-edge fitting technology, we'll analyze your swing and our Foresight launch monitors and fit you with the perfect club, pair of shoes, the latest golf apparel, golf balls, bags, and more. So come by today for your complete custom fitting. Edwin Watts Golf Shops, home of the 90-day 100% satisfaction guarantee.
Memphis's oldest restaurant, Coletta's, was established in 1923 to give Memphians the best Italian food possible. And I'd say they got it right. They are the creators of the barbecue pizza. It was Elvis's favorite, and I know for a fact that a large will feed one person all weekend. If you need to feed several, though, Coletta's caters any event. Choose from homemade lasagna, ravioli, Alfredo, primavera, and so many other delicious items you can't help but enjoy. Impress employees or clients and treat them to Coletta's for lunch or dinner. Plan ahead and get your holiday party booked at Coletta's. Elvis's favorite place to go eat with his buddies at the South Parkway location, and Coletta's even has an Elvis room dedicated to him. Call Coletta's on South Parkway at 948-7652 or Appling Road at 383-1122. Coletta's. It was Elvis's favorite, and it should be yours too.
Stay tuned for Coletta's 100th anniversary coming up soon.
A celebration with ZZ Top.
Take me downtown.
This Sunday, Orpheum Theater. Playing all their classic hits. ZZ Top. Tickets are on sale now at LiveNation.com.
Hi, this is Troy Fiveash, owner of Fiveash Roof Services. As we all know, Memphis can be a hotbed for severe weather, and that weather can play havoc on our roofs. Most people don't know what they should do first when they're concerned about the condition of their roof. Call their insurance company, call a contractor, or trust a door-to-door salesman that's making claims that are hard to believe. My advice would be call the contractor that you know and trust. If you don't know any, research your local contractors and give 2 or 3 a call. I hope your research will lead you to us. Have your roof inspected, decide for yourself what you should do, and whether or not you should file a claim with your insurance company. It's your home, it's your policy, and it's your money. Don't let anyone pressure you into anything. If you give Fiveash Roofing a call, we promise personal service with a member of our family with no pressure and no hype. Fiveash Roof Services, proud partner of the Memphis Tigers and the official roofer of the Tigers home team. Fiveash Roofing, fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Fiveash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you. At Gateway Tire, we go the distance for you.
When it comes to tires, auto repair, and car maintenance, Gateway has it all. Gateway Tire and Service Center is here to help you with all your service and tire needs. Choose from Yokohama, Toyo, Firestone, and Michelin. The list goes on and on. We have tires for all your needs and budgets. And when it comes to service, Gateway Tire has the most experienced mechanics and state-of-the-art equipment. Come see us for any repairs, alignment, struts, air conditioner, schedule maintenance, and more, including brakes with a free brake inspection. Then take advantage of the Gateway credit card. Apply today for stress-free financing made easy with no annual fee. Ask about our 6-month deferred interest with any purchase over $149. Go to GatewayTireandService.com for great deals and coupons. Gateway Tire and Service Center has it all for you and your family.
At Gateway Tire, we go the distance for you.
Hey, Mid-South, it's time to reclaim your freedom in your new ride from Gossett Mitsubishi, 1870 Covington Pike. Make your mileage count with 43 mpg and lane departure warning in your 2021 Mitsubishi Mirage. $179 per month. Get more standard equipment than Ford Escape or Mazda CX-5 in your new 2022 Eclipse Cross with effortless technology at $299 per month. Plus, relax and enjoy the ride with My Pilot Assist in your new 2022 Outlander, $319 a month. And we stand behind our stellar 10-year 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. So get to Gossett Mitsubishi, 1870 Covington Pike, or shop online at memphismitsubishi.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
All 84 months, $500 military rebate. Mirage MH009-694, MSRP $17,490. Outlander NZ02-3330, MSRP $29,315. Eclipse NZ003186, MSRP $27,725. Includes all rebates and incentives. PF $695. Excludes tax, title, and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 9/30/21. Dealer stock only.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and Anthony Say. Here once again are Pete and Say.
I'd rather be with you, yeah. Yeah, I'd rather be
Kari coming up. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes, I do.
Yes, I do.
Do you guys follow Bootsy Collins on Twitter?
I don't. I probably should.
He's a funny follow.
I love Bootzilla. What's so funny about him? What's so
I don't know. It's the extra words, the extra adjectives that he puts in. Like when he describes people, he's he goes into that yabba dabba baby like some
yabba dabba baby. That's Bootzilla.
Yeah, and so he goes like the funktastic, the funk spectacular or something. It's just something crazy that he like once he goes in and describes people in a funk way. It's funny. It's so funny. And it's just him. It's like pretty much every single word is capitalized. It's not all caps like Boss Man, but like for the most part, every single word is capitalized. It is in its own little way, man. I love it.
Yes, I love it. It's terrific. I wonder what will happen. Big moment for Cincinnati this week. We mentioned that game. It seems very strange. The line is a little bit weird. Not necessarily a lot of confidence in Cincinnati. They go to Indiana. Indiana's okay, but if Cincinnati's going to have a chance to make it into the college football playoff, group of 5 teams, you got to have, high-profile wins. This is not the highest-profile game, but it is at least a Big Ten team that's been, pretty good of late. And you win on the road to do that. That would be very impressive. So they've got the timing here, and they can certainly get after it. You saw Cincinnati in the Peach Bowl with Georgia. I don't know how seriously Georgia took that game, but Cincinnati was right there with them. They've been a top 10 team. They win this game, then you can at least put them in the mix. They've got Notre Dame as well, so that may well be a little bit different as well. But for now at least. This is their chance. Desmond Ritter showing something. They should be motivated. If they can't get it done, then.
And Kramer's got Indiana winning that game.
Yeah, Kramer's picking Indiana. He said he was feeling contrary, so
Yeah, I'm putting my little parlay together. I don't know if I'm gonna test that one though.
Okay, well that's your chance.
How you feeling about Memphis in the over, the 65 points? Memphis, Mississippi State.
I don't think I love the over.
What about you, Zach? I got it in my parlay right now. I smashed the over.
You said Memphis?
Memphis, Mississippi State. The over is 64.5.
Yeah, I just don't love that. I don't know.
I take the under.
I ain't touching nothing about this game. Then. How about that?
Yeah, I don't love that over. We'll come back. Hour number 3 on the way, presented by Acura Memphis. And when we start, it'll be Kari Thompson. He's next.
Hey, Jeff Allen, I hear that 3's a charm at Gossett Kia South Mount Moriah, so I'm ready to trade up to a Kia sales event with you, my man.
That's right, Randy. 3 rides, all just $248 a month. Take your pick from a 2022 Kia Soul LX, 2021 Kia Forte LXS, or a 2021 Kia Rio LXS. Your choice, $248 a month.
And Soul, longer, better warranty than Honda or Nissan. Forte, more passenger volume and thousands less than Honda Civic. And Rio, higher MPG and thousands less than Corolla. Plus, you'll get Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty program.
So whether you live in Horn Lake, South Haven, Olive Branch, or Memphis, you'll be happy at Gossett Kia on Mount Moriah, 2680 Mount Moriah, or KiaMountMoriah.com.
All 72 months at 2.9 APR, $29.99 down. Sold in 716-174, MSRP $20,500. Forte ME $402,825, MSRP $20,055. Rio ME $427,894, MSRP $19,755. Includes all rebates and incentives. PF $695. Must finance through Kia on low APR. Excludes tax title and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 8/31/2021. Dealer stock only.
It's finally time to get out of the house. So make sure you stop by Family Leisure with great prices on in-stock and incoming products. Keep the kids active with play gyms, in stock, ready for delivery. And by the way, installation from the pros, I always recommend that. Markdowns on remaining game room products and those beautiful massage chairs. And the hot tubs, they're going fast. Get out of the house and get to Family Leisure. Wooden Road and I-40, where family and fun come together.
Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
I'm Brian Elder, 867-0303. Hurricane season is upon us. Is your roof ready? Are your shingles laying down and sealed properly? Call me right now, 867-0303. They say you get what you pay for. That's why my opinion is free. Maybe you've got years of life left in your roof. If so, I'll tell you that. But if I find storm damage or a compromised roof system, I'll lay out some options for you. Don't let them tell you it needs to be replaced if it only needs a repair. Call me, 867-0303. Has your insurance company already seen it and rejected your claim? Maybe they're correct. Most of the time, they're not. They do tend to become more reasonable once I get involved, though. 867-0303. I'll measure your roof from outer space or BrianElderRoofing.com.
Call 867-0303. Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
There's always something special going on at Sweetgrass and Next Door, Memphis's perfect neighborhood bar in the heart of Cooper Young. On Wednesdays, there are all-you-can-eat wings, and these aren't just any wings. These are big, delicious Sweetgrass wings. On Sundays, we open at noon for brunch and football with 2 huge projector screens and 10 high-def TVs. Thirsty Thursdays features $2.50 domestics and half-price wine by the bottle, which is one of the best deals on wine you'll find anywhere in Memphis. Come experience the best atmosphere and best specials in the best neighborhood bar in Memphis, Sweetgrass and Next Door in the heart of Cooper Young.
Hey everybody, new Tahoes and Silverados are finally in transit to All-Star Chevrolet, and you can reserve yours today. I'm out here in Olive Branch looking at all these certified pre-owned Silverados, and they got a lot. And if you have a car or truck you want to sell, All-Star Chevy is the place to bring your title and get a check today. So find new roads to All-Star Chevy with the best selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. Remember, it's not Collierville, not South Haven, not the Pike or Mount Moriah. It's got to be Olive Branch, people. So go to All-Star Chevrolet or allstarautogroup.com.
Do you know one of the best things you can do for your employees or family's health? Provide Arctic Clear bottled water. Arctic Clear bottled water is your locally owned and operated bottled water provider. Arctic Clear is 100% natural spring water with free delivery and setup, dependable service, and no long-term contracts. What an easy choice. Call Jeff Manus today, 901-382-2363, or visit arctic-clear.com. Arctic Clear bottled water. Call now, 382-2363. That's 382-2363.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis and W253DF Memphis, Flynn Broadcasting Stations.
Sports 56 traffic.
Right now, we got debris on the roadways on I-240 between Getwell and Lamar Avenue. It's I-240 westbound between Getwell and Lamar Avenue. It's in the middle, center lane here, and on I-240 between Getwell and Lamar. Keep it right here. Hour number 3. This is your Sports 56 traffic update.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good, I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
This hour is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
I like the song. Hour number 3, by the way. Rainy day expected. Hour number 3 rocks reference at Acura of Memphis here in the Family Leisure Studios. Zach, I like the song, but I feel like you play it every week.
Yes, you do.
There's so many other funks. Yes.
I really.
There's so many. You have.
Zach,
you have not,
we
like,
just gonna start singing you a playlist, man.
No.
I need some deviation in the funk. If you're gonna go funky, we need to go funky. Like,
I mean, Zach, you've been in since like 5:30.
There's so many. There's
Like-
so many funky songs. There's so many. Like, I mean, so many.
But I don't really play this particular song all
You do.
the time. I promise
Yes,
you.
you do.
I
Yes, you
don't.
do.
Not
Go
every
back and
week.
listen.
And every Tuesday
feels like
you play the same you know what I'm trying to say? Classic rock.
Mm-hmm.
You talking about soft rock?
Soft
Zach,
rock.
yeah, that.
Yeah, exactly.
Zach, we just gonna start. Peter, just send a man a playlist. I'm tired of this.
I know.
Every day, every week is the same stuff, man. No, I ain't doing nothing. Just
If it
send
was
a
a
man
problem,
playlist.
like
it's
how
over.
in the world this became a problem now? Well, you had a whole week to say
It's been a hard week for you, Zach. You just been on your head all week long. Come on, man.
You had the whole week to say something. Like, hey, it's like, hey Zach, you're like let's flip the disc here. You know, let's flip it to the other side of the disc. I was like, okay, let me just dive into the vault for the next couple of weeks. We waited
There
till
you go.
Friday.
All right, so hour number 3 begins with our good friend, Kari Thompson, who joins us to talk preps here. And Kari, before we talk about the football and the stuff on the field and everything else, we got to get to your story from yesterday.
Wait. Before we even do that, you celebrated your 3rd year anniversary in Memphis today with the first appeal. Let's get to that because if we don't get that out of the way, we won't come back to it. So, just want to give you props for that. This is your first major gig. I wasn't aware of that at all. Or did I reach your
Yeah,
tweet,
man. I graduated college in 2017, and I came here in 2018. So.
Oh, that's dope, man. Congrats. Hey, bro, it's time to change your profile picture too, but we'll talk about that later. But anyway,
I know it's about 3 years old.
Yeah, that motherfucker, yeah, that's kind of creepy. But anyway, yeah, congrats though, man. We're glad to have you here. You do a great job. You almost went to jail fooling around with these folks, so yeah, you know. Props to you.
Appreciate that, my brother.
Oh, yeah.
I'll try to stay free.
All right, Peter, go ahead.
Well, so congratulations to you, Kari. That's great. I wish that you were covering a more pleasant story on your 3rd anniversary, but alas, you are not. Bartlett High School investigating a social media post on Instagram yesterday depicting monkeys in Air Jordan sneakers and gold chains walking inside the campus and saying stuff about pissing people off and standing in the hallways and crowding in, and it's pretty awful stuff. And what do we know about this situation so far, and what is Bartlett doing about it?
So basically, there's you know how people create these meme pages where they just make memes on Instagram. So basically, someone made a Bartlett version, and it kind of went too far. I mean, the dude just started. I mean, have you ever seen something so racist you gotta nervously laugh at it?
Yeah.
Wow,
this is
that's deep.
Super racist. Whoa, this is some of that old school. I mean, yeah.
That was my reaction, yo. A source DM'd that to me, and I was like, yo, what is this? I was like, bro, this is too racist, bro. The part that really got me, I was like, dang. Bro, they have the nerve to put weave on the monkey's head.
Put weave on it, yeah, that was it.
Yeah, put a weave on the two weaves on the monkey and then the chains on the. I mean, what are we doing?
Dog, that is so unbelievably uncontrollably racist, dog.
Bruh.
And Bartlett is saying they don't know who did it, and Bartlett is saying, people make accounts like this all the time, and it might not be someone from the school, so how could we find out? I just, my question is, if you can't figure out who makes an Instagram post, how are we supposed to take the security at your school, seriously at all? How, if there was a threat to come to your school, how would you figure that out? You just gonna let it ride? You just gonna be the police are looking into it? Or are you gonna actively try to, manage the situation? So they say they're investigating it. Kids kind of brought this to their parents yesterday. So we'll see what comes of the investigation, but it definitely raises some eyebrows that they can't figure out who is behind a simple Instagram post.
I'm probably gonna sit most of this one out. I said my piece.
No, Sane? Come on, jump in. We gotta hear you.
Yeah, I'm not gonna sit this one out. Yeah. So it's just amazing to me how these schools, these municipal school districts, if you weren't here for this card, but when the whole Shelby County school thing happened, when it was Shelby County schools and Memphis City schools, and they announced that they were coming together as one, all of the Bartletts, whatever, they broke off and they said, okay, we don't want any part of that. We're going to start our own school district all of a sudden. We were fine when it was Shelby County, but now that you're bringing the actual city schools in, we're going to break off, start our own thing. And then, my daughter played volleyball, and I would go to Bartlett. And the whole vibe and energy there was like, we're Bartlett, we're not a part of SES or whatever, but we love those black athletes, though. Like we got
oh man,
we got plenty of those. And then when COVID was last year, they did the thing where they were letting kids transfer to play there, and it's just amazing. And you say stick to sports, and I'm trying as hard as I can to stick to sports, but it's just odd that these schools, that this is the type of environment that our black kids are going to, but their athletes, our athletes are welcome. You know what I mean? And that's not just in Bartlett High School. That's the city of Memphis. That's America. You know what I mean? Like, if I remember, back when Calipari was here, certain players had some legal issues. And the whole narrative was, well, everyone deserves a second chance. And yeah. Well, these kids were athletes. They'd be treated like criminals. You know what I mean? So, it's just kind of oddly ironic to me how that whole thing, how that double standard works, how these kids can be in such a toxic environment where kids are doing these type of things. But, our athletes are fine, but our regular students are not. You know what I mean? So, but I digress. I'll hand this back to you guys.
Corey, what do you think?
I mean, so I know Bartlett's making the headline. I think it's important to point out that this is one account on Instagram, and parents have told me that they've experienced similar things before. But I mean, you guys know I'm not a Memphis native, so
yeah,
you're from Boston, where there's no racism. It's a pretty good environment there. Yeah, so
and you live downtown, right? So everyone's pretty cool, and it's pretty much a cool vibe, and but.
So I've been to Barton a couple times for like football and basketball games, but I haven't spent a ton of time out there. But I mean, I just want to say, like, it's not everybody, but it's one kid. It's like one post.
But listen, hold on, no. I don't. Yeah, I mean, if it were everybody, we'd be in like a full on race war. I mean, that doesn't make any sense. No, of course not.
Right.
Of course, it's not everybody. Of course, it's not even a majority. It's probably a small minority, but it's a very influential minority. It's a very loud minority. It's a very my issue. Okay, so like
it may be one kid that made this post, but that energy is there. Like,
here's listen. Here's the thing. I think there are people who are working for good, and there are people who are not, and. There are people in Bartlett who are trying to do the right thing and are trying to bring everybody, together and trying to eliminate stuff like this. And there are people who are not. And the issue I have is that it feels to me, and based on like the comments that I saw in your piece, you talking to the spokesman for Bartlett school system, and kind of the energy that I got from some of the other folks and some of the responses and everything else. It feels as though this sort of behavior is protected to some degree. Like, how hard are we really looking to find who did this? These types of things happen, and they're odious and terrible. But are we as an organization, are we as a group trying to find who did this and make sure they don't do it again? And make sure that they cannot do it again? Are we trying actively to create a anti-racist approach, or are we just sitting there and kind of tolerating some of this stuff to some degree and just saying, well, it's not great. I wish we hadn't done that. But really not actually trying to ferret this stuff out. That's the part that I'm concerned about based on what I read from your piece.
Right. I'm exactly with you, Peter. Like, you're spot on this. And it's like the concerning part is like, what is the school going to do? Because from talking to the school, like I asked them 4 very direct questions. I was like, do we know this is a Bartlett kid? Is the school aware of this picture? What's going to be done about it? And then I forgot the 4th question. But like I asked them like direct, like,
okay. What was the Tiger football coach's name?
And what's my 4th question? That's the 4th question is what's my 4th question?
Yeah. But anyways, I asked him like 4 direct questions, put them in writing. I got a phone call, and it's not. I guess you can't really glean everything from the phone call, but just from talking to him, the energy didn't seem like, oh, we're gonna hunt this kid down and find him and punish him. The energy seemed like, kids do this all the time. They do it in other districts. We don't know. This photo that they photoshopped is widely circulated on our website, so it could be anyone. So the energy was definitely not like, oh, we're going to get this kid. The energy was like, we're like, kids do this all the time.
To me, it's not an issue of finding a kid. That's not the issue to me. It's not an issue of finding, okay, who did this? That's not the problem. The issue should be, why is there an environment where this type of thinking is cool? Like, there should be some type of something done to deal with this type of.
But I think one of those things leads. But I think one of those things leads to the other.
Made the meme.
But I think
it doesn't matter to me.
No, I think one of those things leads to the other. You have to find out who did it and where they came from and what their situation is to understand fully why it's allowed and why it's happening and why it's going on. I think those two things are linked, and especially because if you create an environment where it's comfortable for people to do this, then it's going to continue to happen. But if you continue to make examples of people who do this, then all of a sudden you make it much more difficult. It's the difference to me between being a non-racist person and being an anti-racist person. Like, I'm non-racist is like, I'm not racist, but like racism's going to happen, and yeah, it's unfortunate, but what can you do? That's non-racist. Anti-racist is, okay, racism happens. How are we going to stop it from happening? How are we going to actively go, make sure it doesn't happen again? And, I'm not saying that it's going to, saying I agree with you in the sense that, it's obviously a bigger problem than one kid. That's for sure the issue. But in finding that one kid, talking to that kid's family, talking to the people that are around that kid, making an example out of that kid, all of a sudden sends a message that you are now an environment, and the kids in that school, black kids in that school, Hispanic kids in that school, minority kids in that school who might be targeted, all of a sudden can look around and say, you know what? I feel like this school has my back. I feel like they're actually trying to do something about this. It reminds me a little bit of the energy, and obviously it's a much different issue, but the energy thing is very important because this is why, just truth be told, why we had such a problem dealing with the folks in Lakeland for my kids in their mask situation. They didn't want to do masks. And the energy was, hey, it's just stuff's going to happen. Hey, what are you going to do, That wasn't good enough. And we had to, that's why we pulled our kids out of Lakeland this year and went to Shelby County Schools because they were trying to actively do something about it. It's about your school's philosophy. What do you care about as a school? Like, what kind of message are you trying to send? And when I read that from Bartlett, I read your quotes, Kari, I got the message that, Bartlett's like, hey, man, it's going to happen. We wish they weren't racist, but, what are you going to do? Stop people from being racist? Come on. That's not the approach. The approach is this is awful, and we're going to make sure it doesn't happen again, and we're so sorry for all the kids that have to look at this and deal with this stuff on a daily basis, and we're going to work really hard to create a better environment for these kids. That's what I want to hear, not it could have been anybody, and we don't even know if it was really a Bartlett kid. Stop.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Right, and you get a totally different vibe if you talk to a, say, black Bartlett parent, which I did.
Right, exactly, right, yeah.
I talked to Terry Reed, who has 3 black children at Bartlett, and he was very much not happy, very much concerned about the safety, very, upset about the situation. And he's like, look, this is frankly unacceptable. And he's like, how are my black kids supposed to be safe at this school when y'all are letting this happen. And he said, I asked him, like, Terry, like, what would you want? What would be an acceptable resolution? Like, they need to find who did this and suspend them at least 9 days, maybe even expel them. That's what he said he wants. Whether he's going to get that, I don't know. But, I mean, he's talking about finding someone and getting them suspended for 9 days versus Bartlett, which doesn't seem that interested in finding who it is at all.
Yep.
And that's where the disconnect lies.
Well, I hope they will understand, because there is a lot of anger, understandable, in this whole situation. I saw, and you know, saying I saw the posts about, you know, and I totally ignored, you know, some of the idiots that were out there. I'm not even going.
Oh,
I didn't want to engage.
It makes me feel good. I'd love to engage in those. But yeah,
I know you like to engage. I just don't. I'm not even going to engage in some of the idiocy that's out there. You know, we've had this conversation before about, you know, one guy, and the one guy who I think was probably being somewhat, you know, genuine, but I think he's just very misguided. You know, is the guy saying that, oh, you know, racism is bad, but it works both ways. And
yeah, we had to
talk.
We had to talk offline. Yeah, we had to talk offline.
We've had this conversation before on the show about, you know, why racism doesn't work both ways. You know, people can have stereotypes both ways for sure, and people can have, you know, discriminatory attitudes both ways for sure. But racism, as a function of power and expression of power, and an expression of denial of services and expression of denial of rights, can only work one way in our society right now because of the entrenched power structure as it exists. So it's about, you know, what can you do to me?
Right.
You know, what can an average black person do to a white person from a power structure standpoint? Can you withhold a job? Can you withhold money? Can you withhold the right to live in a certain place? The answer is probably not in most cases. You flip the script. Can a white person, generally speaking, can white people, generally speaking, withhold that from black people? Yes. And that does happen. So that's the difference between racism versus having some discriminatory attitudes. It's just a different, and I want people to understand that that's the kind of thing you're dealing with when you're dealing with, you know, this brings up much bigger issues of entrenched, you know, racism and institutional racism that have gone on for you know, generations. It's awful. It's awful. That's the stuff, Kari, that this brings people's attention to, and that's why, you know, especially for, you know, obviously for black families, it's even more painful to look at this and say, oh God, here we go again. It's awful. It's awful.
Yeah, and the guys you're talking about, we had a conversation. We took the conversation to DM because I've had conversations with him before, and he said that he was enlightened by, and I had to explain to him, like, there's a difference between racism and people who are retaliating out of racism, and you feeling the effects of it. You know what I mean? Like that's two totally different situations. Because he was talking about a situation where he was profiled, and you know, some black people, you know, treat him wrong or whatever, and assume he was racist. I was like, bro, that's, you know, you if a dog gets kicked enough, he's gonna every human he sees, he thinks he's gonna kick him. You know what I mean? It's just kind of how it is. But that's not particularly them being racist towards you or whatever. But it was a good conversation that me and them had off the air. But yeah, this whole Bartlett High School thing, man, like it's something that really needs to be discussed, because like I said, it bothers me personally when I see these schools. They don't mind having black athletes, but there's a temperature in the school that's still against black people, especially schools that broke away from the whole Shelby County School District just to, you know, like, to get away from black people. like let's just be real about it, man. Let's just be real and honest. Like, that's what they did. And if you live in that Bartlett area, your kids go there, you can take this as an indictment towards you personally if you like. I don't really care if you do or don't. But it's what it was. Like, this is Memphis. Memphis is a lot more screwed up than we want to give it credit to be. We look down the street at Nashville and East Tennessee and all that. Memphis is jacked up, man. Like, and it affects everything. And it was so much. There were so many people who walked around with their chest out last year when, you know, the Shelby County school kids, when they weren't playing sports because of COVID, and, you know, our municipal schools were open, and it was just almost like a badge of honor. Like, you know, I mean, like, all those things, man. It's all. Come on, man. Stop the nonsense. And to the listener that we lost, thoughts and prayers out to you. Rest well. Yeah, but it's just, We just gotta do better, man. We gotta do better locally in our backyard and stop acting like this type of stuff is okay. Like it's not okay for kids to have to deal with that type of stuff at school. Period. Especially when you tried to play Noah's Ark last year and say, "Oh, all you black kids from Shelby County schools, just come on in and come play for us." Like you can't do that and then have this type of environment for the kids the next year. It just doesn't work like that.
Kari, any final thoughts on this?
No, well said, Thane. I'm right there with you. It's just an important conversation to have. I hope that this kind of sheds some light not only into what actually goes on at these schools, but just kind of how schools respond to these things.
Yeah.
I hope it gets people to kind of think about how we want schools to respond to these sort of things, because they happen, and it is Bartlett this time, but it was ECS the last time, and it'll be another school in the future, so got to figure out responses.
And it's not just in municipal schools, man. I tell this story all the time. Sabrina was telling me a story. I picked her up. She was upset one day. A girl was going around the cafeteria just saying the N-word super loud with a hard ER in the end, just saying it super loud. This black guy gets up, curses the girl out. The dude gets in trouble, and they don't say nothing to the girl. She's going around just saying the N-word just over and over and over again. The black guy gets up, curses her out, and the kid gets suspended. And Sabrina came home crying. She was like, that was my first ever like real experience with seeing how it kind of changed. Like Sabrina changed that day. Like she was, you know what I mean? Because Sabrina was always the black girl on her volleyball team. Every volleyball team she played for outside of her local school, all of her club teams, Sabrina was always one of two black girls, if that means. In that particular moment, she was like, I don't care about volleyball, I don't care about nothing. Like that was her first real experience with racism. And kids shouldn't have to go through that, man. Period.
Sorry to hear that, man.
But yeah, I didn't want to go here, but y'all insisted. I was just gonna sit back and screw around on my phone, but you know.
No, that's true though. That's honestly.
You got people talking about, let me know when I can turn off when you guys are gonna talk about racism. Man, if this bothers you, you're probably a huge part of the problem. Like this shouldn't make you that uncomfortable. Seriously,
it shouldn't at all.
We need your voice saying.
It should make you uncomfortable. I mean, it should. It's supposed to make you like think about like what's.
That's
if
the
it makes you
problem.
uncomfortable, think about why.
We're too freaking comfortable.
You're too comfortable. Yeah. Everybody's too comfortable. That's what I mean. That's my thing. Is like we gotta have these conversations because like, I mean, it ain't gonna happen. You know, too many other places. Like it's just not. It's as.
Because those kids who transfer
I need
to
people
Bartlett,
to hear. I need people to hear your voice. I mean, I need people to hear your voice, Anthony. I know it's painful and it's difficult to talk about some of this stuff, and I don't want you to do anything you don't want to do.
Yeah.
But by the same token, I think it's extremely important for people to understand where you're coming from, and your voice. And Kari, same thing. Like you're in the mix, talking to all these folks. You have a different perspective coming from somewhere else, but you're also, in addition to being black yourself, you also are very in contact with all these parents and folks who have, been in the mix. So you're telling folks stuff they need to hear. Like this is vital. So I that's why we, like I said, I would love to be able to. I feel like the value of talking sports and all that stuff is not, having fun is one thing, and like diversions are fine, but escapism is what I don't.
Nah,
do.
man, I can't get.
Like when you use it to escape, like
from
this
what's
really
show
going
is not.
on, that's
This show is not going to be your escape from the real world. We don't need to be escaping from nothing.
No,
we need
exactly.
to be dealing with
We're not
this
gonna
stuff,
deal
man.
with that.
Like.
Real Sports Talk 56.
For real, man. If we're gonna be real, it's gonna be real sports talk. We're gonna be real. Like it's
that's the real part.
It's a freaking shame that a regular, just any old kid from South Memphis can't just fall up in Bartlett and say, hey, yeah, I live in 38106. I want to go to Bartlett. Man, get your black tail up out of here. But if I can run a football, if I can play basketball, you guys don't have sports this year. Oh, we got you, Tron, we got you, Tyrell. No, man, go to hell. Like, and then these kids are here, and this is how y'all treat them? Come on, man. And you think I'm not going to talk about it?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Oh, boy.
All right. Wakari, appreciate you. Sorry it turned into this, but appreciate
For real,
you
bro.
covering the story, man.
Appreciate you, Cart.
Yeah,
My guy, man. I fool with you. Even though you probably think I don't fool with you, I fool with you, man. I'm just jealous of you because you went to HBCU, man. There it is. There it is. I just broke the news.
Hey,
I'm jealous of Kyrie, man.
I was like, maybe I need to go back to JSU and get my master's.
I've been thinking about it, going to Lemoore and taking some night classes so I can jump in on the cover.
There you
Appreciate
go. All right, man.
All right, bro.
We appreciate it, man. Thanks so much. He is Kari Thompson joining us. We'll come back. Hour number 3, presented by Acura Memphis, continues here. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 98.5.
Grab lunch with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy on Sports 56 middays. Weekdays from 10 to 1 on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Whether it's football, basketball, baseball, golf, or real estate, having the winning coach makes all the difference in your success. This is Sheldon Rosengarten with Marks Bensdorf Realtors, and I'm with Coach Terry Tippett, winner of 6 state basketball championships. Coach, what's been the secret to your and your team's successes?
Sheldon, there's no one secret. It becomes a pattern of success after coaching for so many years and learning the ins and outs of the game and the players. A lot like the pattern of your success in selling homes.
Thanks, Coach. Like you and your program, I developed my highly successful strategic marketing program with the Shellbucks option, and I also tried to use it in my golf game.
Sheldon, tried is the optimum word. You better stick to selling homes, as you're always hitting holes in one at that, instead of double bogeys.
Thanks a lot. And if anyone is thinking of selling their home, make sure and talk to 2 to 3 coaches. I mean real estate brokers. Let me be one of them. You can reach me at 682-1868 or memphisrelocate.com. That's 682-1868 or memphisrelocate.com and be a winner.
Farmers want to make sure you got your favorite things covered and will give you a discount for doing it. Their auto multi-policy discount gives you up to 45% off your auto insurance for bundling policies like boat, motorcycle, RV, home, and life. It's just one of the many ways that you can save with Farmers. Call Daniel Chad Gallen at 901-235-1176 to learn more or get a quote.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Not available in every state. Only available with select Farmers branded policies subject to terms and conditions. Underwritten by Farmers Truck or Fire Insurance Exchanges, Farmers New World Life Insurance Company or affiliate.
Visit Frontier Western Store this summer to check out tons of new products. Frontier added so many new items in their women's boutique. There are daily arrivals with thousands of on-trend tops, jeans, and pants in stock at amazing prices. And guys, Frontier's your #1 Carhartt store. There's no one around with a larger selection of everyday fits and workwear. Wrangler and Ariat clothing also available. Frontier recently remodeled their entire store and expanded the world-famous boot showroom. Now there are even more dress and work boots in stock. After Ariat boots, then you've got to check out Frontier. There are over 1,000 pair of Ariat boots alone, and thousands more in other brands such as Dan Post, Corral, Durango, Rocky, and Twisted X. As if the selection isn't reason enough, there's Frontier's low prices. Frontier's pricing is lower than online and chain stores, so when you're ready for your next pair, you know right where to come. Frontier Western Store, 5880 Goodman Road in Olive Branch, and on the web at frontierwesternstore.com. Locally owned and operated since 1967.
I'm Gary York. I'm the service director at Lexus of Memphis. Our service department wants to be more than just a place where you get your oil changed. We do glass repair, windshield replacement, recalibration of your camera and sonar systems, even wheel repair, tire replacement, all the things you would expect from a luxury automotive dealer. Please check out our website. You can schedule your appointment, check out our specials, hours of operation, or if you'd like to do it in person, please reach out to one of our associates at 901-271-5199.
I'm here with the great Pat Donahue from the Rendezvous Restaurant Shipping Department.
Thanks, Brett. We've been shipping our ribs all over the country now for decades from our USDA-inspected shipping kitchen in the Pinch District. We hand-cook our ribs in pits that Mr. Charlie built over charcoal, just like they do at the restaurant.
So what comes in a rib box?
We could do pork shoulder, we could do ribs, our sauce, seasoning, baked beans, coleslaw. We'll even throw in Pancho's cheese dip with our nacho boxes. We also put a bag of Rendezvous seasoned popcorn, heating instructions, some chef hats, some wet naps, and some other helpful tips from our kitchen. We ship our ribs overnight, exclusively FedEx. And we put them in nice packaging. We don't ever want to use styrofoam, so we use corrugated cardboard, actually 2 boxes that fit nice together, so the ribs get to you, your loved ones, or your clients in a safe, wholesome manner. Rendezvous ribs are perfect for out-of-town clients, customers, loved ones. We also ship ribs for any occasion.
Where do we order these great ribs?
You can go to www.hogsfly.com or give us a call at 1-888-464-7359.
Charlie Burgos' Rendezvous Restaurant in the alley since 1948.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and Anthony Sane. This hour of Sports 56 Mornings is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Here once again are Pete and Sane.
I'll be your knight in shining armor. When they call my name, I'm coming east rain. I'll ride the night like a black stallion, baby. I'll be bearing the torch to ignite the flames.
There we go. Okay.
I'm a love provider.
Something different. Okay. Look at Zach now.
These lyrics are not meant for kids. I tell you that.
What are they? Why don't you read them to us?
Well, no, I said they're not meant for kids. Like I was reading the lyrics of this song, and I was like, yeah.
How many songs are meant for kids?
Not not a lot.
just in general, I think pretty much every song is. I mean, kids can listen to it, but they're not really meant for kids. Unless you're talking about, some of the nursery rhymes. Those are definitely meant for kids. Like that's great.
Lil Nas X. Lil Nas X.
Yeah. Old Lil Nas X. Congratulations to Lil Montero Y, who's out there doing his thing. Congratulations. Lil Montero, is that his name? Let's say his son's name? Montero?
Yeah, Lil Montero.
Yeah.
Lil Montero? Okay.
I guess. I don't know. I don't really keep up with them.
I'm assuming since it's an O instead of an A, that's a masculine name. So.
Montero.
Sure.
Yeah,
Sure. I think so. I think that's exactly.
Would it be Mantero? Which one would it be? If it was,
I think Montero. I mean, if you're dealing with like a Spanish situation or something, it would be Montera versus Montero. I mean, I think that's fair enough. All right, so we've hopefully ended racism, so that's good. So we knocked that out.
I don't know about that.
Like I said, I be trying to stay out of this stuff, bro. I try to stay out of these streets, and I know people would probably rather listen. Let's talk about anything else, but as a parent, that bothers me, man. As a black man, that bothers me. As a sports fan, that bothers me. Like I said, man, like the nerve of these schools, bro, the stuff that they do, and then you're not, you know what I mean? Like you're not taking care of these kids that you're taking, especially these kids who came from an inner city environment, and they're there because they play sports. There should be something to make those kids feel at home. There should be awareness classes for everyone to welcome those kids that aren't like you. Let them understand why they wear their hair a certain way, why they're loud and boisterous, why they, so combative. I mean, something should be there to explain those type of things other than making those kids feel like monkeys with Jordans and weave on.
Right.
You know what I mean? Let's have those type of discussions, bro. Have y'all had those? Have y'all had any type of sensitivity training or any kind of, what does your Black History Month look like? Are there any African American courses for the kids or for the white people there? Is anything like that there at these schools? Like, let's have those type of conversations.
Like, are there black educators there as well? They're teaching.
Oh, I can't wait to see what Wendy Thomas and
Tammy
Sawyer have to say about this. I might need to jump into that clique, man. Tag me in. Tag me in, y'all. Tag me in.
So I can't. Go ahead. Zach.
No, because I brought this up to Sane over the break, and I was like telling him, I was like, look, I take pride in at my high school.
Mm-hmm.
I take pride that I graduated from Southwind High School.
Listen to what he's about to say. I forgot this even happened. This is 100% true.
Back in 2004, back in 2005 or 06, they made blueprints to build Southwind High School where it is now. And at the time, we had two different school districts, Memphis City and Shelby County.
Right.
And so when I finally made my way out over to this area, over to this Germantown, Carterville area, I was excited because I'm like, okay, cool. I get to go to a high school. I don't know which high school I'm going to. And then I end up finding out they built a high school near my house. Oh, that's great. That's wonderful.
So you realize why they made that school.
That's great. That's wonderful. Until you sit and think about it. And it's man, Southwind is pretty far from Germantown and pretty far from Houston and pretty far from Carterville. And it's very close to Ridgeway and very close to Kirby, and they purpose not. I don't want to sit here and question the intent of why they built the school, because in their mind they probably thought to themselves it might be wise to build a school in this area because we're gonna have a lot of people moving into this area. But it's just the fact that Southwind is pretty much an all-black school, man.
Let me give y'all some of y'all neighborhood because y'all ain't coming out here.
Y'all at all, man, at all. And this was before the merger. This is before the merger.
Y'all ain't coming out here. So
and like,
let me just build you one.
Right. and I brought up the fact that if Southwind wasn't built, I would have went to Houston, or I probably went to Germantown, because they were the closest school to where we live in the Shelby County district. And so for me to sit here and sit here and say, oh, like racism is over with. We elected a black president. Like we're joining the Black Lives Matter movement, or just bringing awareness to Black Lives Matter. We don't want to get into that, rabbit hole either. But we still dealing with this, man. Right. Like we still dealing with this.
This story would not hit me and people talking about if you want to go to stick to sports route. This story wouldn't bother me as much if Bartlett wasn't the knight in shining armor last year who came in saying, hey, send us all your weak, you're worn, you're tired black athletes. You know what I mean? Like, if they had to pull that move last year, man, I would have been – this story probably would like, hey, that sucks. I'm going to leave it alone.
Right.
But, nah, man, you can't be the same school, bro. Like, you can't do that. I'm not going to allow you to do that.
Man.
But on any platform I have. Like, you're not going to be the school that comes in and says, okay, y'all schools are shut down. Send us all your black athletes. And then now you got an environment where kids are going through this kind of crap. Rated R Superstar texting in. He said, my daughter is 12. She goes to school in Bartlett. She came home and said, I don't like the school because the kids are racist. They say a lot of racist stuff. I was floored. They starting these kids off early.
I mean, yeah, and that's where I think it's important to go back and find the kids who did it and find their parents.
Finding mama and them.
Or their who's doing all this stuff. Kids don't, everybody knows the stories, and it's true. You watch kids play in preschool and kindergarten and stuff, man, they don't care. They just play. Like, doesn't matter. But, once parents start screwing up these kids, then it doesn't take long. And then you get into third grade, fourth grade, now they've heard some stuff and they picked up some stuff from their parents, and next thing you know, it's different. It's different. I mean, you just put kids 5 and 6 years old and just let them go out there. There's nobody's naturally discriminating against somebody else. They're just kind of doing whatever they do. Parents screw these kids up.
It's the most bizarre thing, bro. Because like Radar Superstar brings up another point. He said if you go into the Memphis Tiger Facebook group and you say something about Black Lives Matter, he said all these people are gonna come out like openly racist, like name, face, job they work, everything gonna come out openly racist. How do you get into these sports like this that are dominated by black people if you're that racist?
But it's
I don't get it, bro. Like, how can you possibly do that?
Because it's the same way that entertainment, man.
That's like me saying I'm super sexist, but I'm tuning into WNBA every game. I'm like a huge New York Liberty fan. How?
Historically, that's always been the case, man. There were. I mean, look at all the black entertainers of the 20s and 30s who were allowed to entertain and perform as long as they were in that particular vein. Like, there's a long history of like black people being allowed to be entertaining white people, but then that's it. Like, if you want, Lionel Hollins tells a story about his family living in Vegas, and these like Sammy Davis Jr. would perform, and then he'd have to like go hang out and live, and stay in their house rather than stay like in any of the hotels on the Strip because he couldn't stay there. They wouldn't let him stay in the hotel, but they would let him perform. Like that's what it's.
This country's history is so jacked up, and we want to just try to avoid it. Like it
I mean, on top of the whole thing, like we talk about everyone's growing, and Memphis in particular. I think there's a lot of the good stuff and bad stuff that makes Memphis so special, but a lot of it also makes Memphis very troubled because black people and white people live together in Memphis more so than they do in almost any other major city. You go to other major cities and it's a lot more segregated. Memphis is still pretty segregated, but not nearly as much as some of these other cities are. Right. And so these interactions are much more common here. Like we have, I think we've seen all the racism that's in other areas, but in Memphis, it's a front and center thing. Like it's gonna, because there is this interaction happens, and so that's why
it's just so weird, man. Did you see these people?
I just think it's incumbent upon. Like, I don't mean to like. It's on my heart, man. It's incumbent upon white people to reach out and to create to create a more comfortable situation for black people and for minorities, but also to not allow it to go on, because too much of this stuff is allowed to grow by a lot of white people just sort of turning the other way and be like, it's going to happen, and like, oh yeah, we've all got people that we know are kind of racist, and it's like, that's okay. Like, it's not okay. Like, you can't just let you can't let that happen. But everybody knows that you got a family member or people that you know or people you went to high school with or whatever that were super racist or that have, and we can't just let that. You got to fight against that. You got to keep pushing against that, man, because it leads to their kids end up with that same kind of attitude, and you just keep perpetuating these cycles that are really damaging.
It's just like in Germantown, they had the thing where it was the big thing about the basketball courts, kids playing in the park. You remember that thing?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But if one of those kids that you got kicked out of there ended up being Kenny Chandler, you know what I mean? Like, is Germantown High School going to turn him down?
No.
I mean, like, it's
no.
It's so wild, bro. It's so open. It's so blatant. I got an anonymous text from someone. He's 36 years old, just to show you the time. This wasn't that far away. He says he was sent to boarding school in Arkansas for a year. And he said during Spirit Week, we all know what Spirit Week is, they had Senior Slave Day.
Yeah.
Where you bought a senior for the day, and we only had 8 or so black kids, and the one black senior, they dressed him in an adult diaper and made him do the most.
What?
They legit had to make a shift slave auction block. He's 36 years old. So this was 18 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, no. Like,
what?
No.
They did mock slave trials, slave auctions at this school, and he was 18 years.
We fighting on site. Like, no. Like, no, we're not finna.
Like, come on, man.
We're not finna relive this. No.
What on earth?
I wish somebody would try to do that to me, man. Like, no.
That's just.
Because, man, when I was in school, I'm 42, but I'll be 42 this year. We had black and white everything. Like, we had a black homecoming court and a white homecoming court. And at first I thought, I was like, oh, man, they're giving us our own thing. Now 41-year-old me is like, no, man, they did that because they wanted to make sure that we didn't outvote them. That's the way it comes out to me, man. We wanted to make sure, like, okay, if it's one black person, all the black people go vote for that person. She's gonna be homecoming queen. But if it's like several white people, it's gonna get us. I didn't think like that as a kid. But I'm like, crap, man. That's probably why they did that. But yeah, welcome to Memphis.
It is.
We're not as diverse and advanced and all these things like we try to pretend we are.
And
no one is.
Yeah. We hang out at Cooper Young together, and we hang out on the square and go to Grizzlies games and Tiger games. But
yeah.
Y'all is racist as a
man. It's so frustrating.
Like, for real, man. We gotta stop the BS, bro. Like, for real.
It's so frustrating because white flight is so real, and I don't. And if you can't see it, I don't. I can't really explain it to you, but it's so real, and like we as a community has been trying to reach over and trying to build the gap and build the bridge over, but the other side don't want to connect over, man. And it's so disheartening because every single time when these type of events happen or these type of incidents happen, they're turning to us. It's like looking at us like, what is there we can do to prevent this, or what is there that we can do to slow this down, or I don't act like that. It's like, yeah, I understand it, but it's just. Go talk to your grandmama and them then. Go talk to your granddad. Go talk to them. It's too many people of that community that they're acting that way.
Yeah.
It's just too many, man. Like,
somebody.
Ain't
nobody racist.
It's a learned behavior.
Somebody racist for sure.
It comes from somebody, yeah. That's exactly it. So
it's a learned behavior. It's like every single instance, it's a learned behavior.
But we got them picks ready for y'all.
I'm saying
we got them picks ready. When we come back from the break, we got all the picks.
Man,
you need.
kids being kids, right, Sane?
Yeah, kids being kids. We got all the break. We got all the picks you need for this weekend's games. Easy money. This is what y'all want.
When we come back,
we got it for you. We got all the picks. We got the picks you need. Straight
Real
up.
Sports Talk. Sports 26. 98.5.
Be sure to follow us at Sports 56 WHBQ on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube to watch live video of our shows. Stay up to date with station events and have chances to win prizes from Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
It's finally time to get out of the house. So make sure you stop by Family Leisure with great prices on in-stock and incoming products. Keep the kids active with play gyms, in stock, ready for delivery. And by the way, installation from the pros, I always recommend that. Markdowns on remaining game room products and those beautiful massage chairs. And the hot tubs, they're going fast. Get out of the house and get to Family Leisure. Wooden Road and I-40, where family and fun come together.
Millions of Americans are preparing for food shortages. No wonder. With increasing bizarre news headlines, water shortages, and the trucking crisis, we're seeing the early warning signs. Food shortages can happen overnight, catching you completely by surprise. That's why it makes good sense to secure some emergency food kits while you can. Emergency food that stays fresh for up to 25 years in storage, unlike grocery store food that goes bad fast. The company to trust is My Patriot Supply. We've served millions of American families in recent years. Our food kits give you over 2,000 calories a day, which is what your body needs under stress to survive. We ship fast and discreet to your door. You'll have your food within days, too, not weeks or months. Our mission is your survival, and our food could definitely be a lifesaver when the peanut butter hits the fan. So don't wait. It's time to act. Go to MyPatriotSupply.com. MyPatriotSupply.com.
Hi, this is Troy Fiveash, owner of Fiveash Roof Services. If you need a new roof for your home or business, we hope to hear from you and will work hard to earn your business. We are experts and certified in residential and commercial roofing, siding, and gutter installation. I have been serving the Memphis area for over 20 years, and now with two of my sons working with me, we plan to be here for years to come. So if you need a roof, please give us a call. On a personal note, what a great time it is to be a Memphis sports fan. With the Grizzlies and the Redbirds and 901 FC, not to mention Tigers football and basketball, it's going to be a fun year. Thanks to Coach Silverfield and Coach Hardaway and their staffs for their dedication to the student and athletes, the University of Memphis, the City of Memphis, and us fans. Five Ash Roof Services, a proud partner of the Memphis Tigers and the official roofer of the Tigers home team. Five Ash Roofing, fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or MemphisRoofer.com. 367-0050 or MemphisRoofer.com.
Five Ash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
Hey, Mid-South, it's time to reclaim your freedom in your new ride from Gossett Mitsubishi 1870 Covington Pike. Make your mileage count with 43 mpg and lane departure warning in your 2021 Mitsubishi Mirage. $179 per month. Get more standard equipment than Ford Escape or Mazda CX-5 in your new 2022 Eclipse Cross with effortless technology at $299 per month. Plus, relax and enjoy the ride with My Pilot Assist in your new 2022 Outlander, $319 a month. And we stand behind our stellar 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. So get to Gossett Mitsubishi, 1870 Covington Pike, or shop online at MemphisMitsubishi.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
All 84 months, $500 military rebate. Mirage MH009-694, MSRP $17,490. Outlander NZ023330, MSRP $29,315. Eclipse NZ003186, MSRP $27,725. Includes all rebates and incentives. PF $695. Excludes tax, title, and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 9/30/21. Dealer stock only.
The bridge is open. Now it's really easy to take the 15-minute drive to Cypress View Golf and Recreation and enjoy the spectacular upgrades made to the clubhouse and golf course. The fairways are looking great and the greens are better than ever. No traffic, no excuses. If you're tired of paying greens and cart fees, Cypress View has a membership that includes unlimited golf, cart, range balls, and more. A family membership is just $199 per month plus tax. Members also have access to the Olympic-sized pool, fitness center, and tennis courts. The golf shop is stocked with FootJoy apparel, Titleist bags, and equipment. A huge selection of Puka headwear and more. Cypress View Grill has a wide selection of choices from burgers to brats, Phillies to quesadillas, flatbreads to oven-fired pizzas. You're covered from golf to goods to grub. And now Cypress View has a beer license, so grab a cold one in the grill. See why Cypress View Golf and Recreation is one of the fastest growing clubs in the Mid-South. Call 870-739-6305 or visit online cypressviewgolf.com.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and Anthony Say. Here once again are Pete and Say.
Everybody on board. Anybody wanna take this ride? Anybody wanna
Where are those picks? Come on, Saints.
Oh, yeah, I got them.
You promised.
Give me some music, Zach.
This is your music right here.
Keep it rolling. We'll give you some SEC picks.
Okay,
Y'all
SEC
ready?
picks.
You ready?
Y'all mean?
New Mexico at number 7, Texas A&M. Texas A&M is favored by 29.5 points.
Yep.
Give me the points and give me Texas A&M.
Okay,
Take the
going to
points.
bounce back. Kind of a rough outing for them the other day, but yes, okay, fair enough. All right.
Alabama at number 11, Florida.
Yes, big
Y'all
one,
know
big game
Alabama
here.
ain't playing. You know Alabama ain't playing with these sorry teams, bro. Give me Alabama and the points. 15.5. You could have gave them 30.5. They going to get them.
Wow.
Georgia Southern and Arkansas, number 20, Arkansas.
Arkansas coming off a big win.
Mhm.
Are they going to be able to hang in there? It's going to be a letdown game.
You know what, though? I think it's too many points, bro. I think it's way too many
letdown
points.
game. Saints says a
little
letdown game.
Give me some of that. Mississippi State at Memphis.
LBG.
This could be a toss-up. Go Tigers, go. Let's get it. Y'all
VTG.
ain't showing up because it's raining, but Memphis still gonna pull that. Still technically gonna be a
Worry is that they've sold a lot of tickets.
$10 tickets still available. Hey, Memphis still gonna win. South Carolina at number 2, Georgia. 31 points, 31.5. Might be a little bit too much for me, man. Give me South Carolina. Give me the points. Give me the points.
Okay.
Number 22, Auburn. Number 10, Penn State. Penn State is a 5-point favorite.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to ride with it. Yeah. Give me Penn State in that one.
Okay. All right. I disagree with you there, but that's all right.
Central Michigan at LSU. LSU is at home. They are a 19-point favorite. Too many points for
We're
me.
going
man.
down a little bit. Some concerns.
Yep, too many points for me. Give me Central Michigan. Give me the points on Central
CMU.
Michigan. Yep.
CMU plus that 19.5. What about Ole Miss Tulane?
Ole Miss Tulane. Give me the points, Ole Miss. Let's go.
You think Ole Miss minus the 14?
Minus 14. They're going to win by 21. Give it to
Somewhere
them. Yeah,
there?
give it to
Okay.
them.
All right.
Give it to them.
I like Tulane in that game.
Hey, I ain't mad at you, though. You know what? Matter of fact, scrap that. Too many points. Tulane is going to I might give you Tulane straight up. I might go Tulane straight up with this. I ain't going to lie to you. Nah, it's too many points, though. Tulane. Too many points.
Okay.
Take
All right.
the points. Take the points. Tulane is too many for Ole Miss. Too many.
All right. I look forward to it. Greg,
That's how you cap up a show, man. Y'all think all we can do is talk about racism.
That's right. We got more to
Look at me. Saintly Vegas over here.
No.
Be funny all those picks hit though.
Yeah, it would be. It would be great. I hope they do.
We got to come back and play the podcast and see what I was right on. Especially once I changed my mind on.
Hour number 3 presented by Acura Memphis. Thank you guys.
We
Thanks,
out.
Sorry. Thanks to Adam Kramer. We're out of here. Y'all have a good weekend.